Land of power, land of might, exceptional rage, endless fight, patriot bulldozer, leading the way, crushing all foes, making them pay. Flag in hand, fury in eyes, screams of pride, ignoring lies, iron grip, ruthless and cold, American dream, fierce and bold, bow before the storm, unstoppable wave, marching forward, no soul to save, bulldozers wrath, tearing apart, exceptionalism, fire in the heart, no retreat, no surrender, bulldozers force, a savage offender, red, white, blue, burning bright, in the chaos he finds delight, blazing trails of destruction left, in the name of the blessed, the theft, freedom's price, a crimson blade, bulldozer, savage again, legend made, bow before the storm, unstoppable wave, marching forward, no soul to save, bulldozers wrath, tearing apart, exceptionalism, fire in the heart. Blazing trails of destruction left, in the name of the blessed, the theft, freedom's price, a crimson blade, bulldozer, savage of fate, legend made, bow before the storm, unstoppable wave, marching forward, no soul to save, bulldozers wrath, tearing apart, exceptionalism, fire in the heart.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dozer Den. If you have not yet smashed the like button, go ahead and give it a good thumping. Caress the like button. Lean in real close to that like button. Whisper sweet nothings in its ear. And then pound away, because that's what you got to do, guys. And every now and then you might get excited about the like button. I know I do from time to time. If you get excited about the like button and you have to hit it more than once, don't just hit it twice, okay? That cancels it out. You want to be a proud killdozer here in the Dozer Den. Hit it at least thrice. That's what you got to do, guys. Keep it odd. Keep it odd here in the Dozer Den. Guys, we are streaming to Rumble, Pill.net, BitChute, thedozerden.locals.com, the X Machine, and YouTube. That's right. We're all over the place. You can't get rid of the Dozer Den, guys. It's like herpes. Once you get it, it's just there. You just can't get rid of it. Thanks for Harry Toe's comments in the live chat over there on YouTube. It is indeed past 5:17. I'm not sure what that is in reference to. I don't know if the Rumble was rumbling a little bit with the setup. It still had the old URL for the last stream. I don't know if that's because I didn't hit save changes on the new title and stuff or what. But the URL is the same, slightly different, I think. I don't understand, but that's okay. We're here. The thumbnail was correct, and it seems like people have, at least some people, have made it here into the Dozer Den. If you guys could comment in the comment section, if you could repost this stream here on Rumble and on X, and I think you can repost on YouTube. I don't even know. I don't know. I don't watch live streams on YouTube very much. You can share it. You can share this stream out with your loved ones, friends, family, ex-girlfriends, boyfriends, Zers, and friends. I'm not judging. Just keep it consensual between adults and preferably behind closed doors, and we will not have a problem, guys. We won't have a problem. You can also subscribe to this channel for a measly $5 a month, either on Pilled here on Rumble or the dozerden.locals.com. When you do it in the dozerden.locals.com, you get access to that live chat. It's one of the most free speech live chats on the interwebs. No threats of ending people and no genitalia. That's pretty much the only restrictions. So I think it's pretty easy to stick to those. Some people may struggle with that. That's okay. You know, I'm not judging you. We talk about stuff and things here on the Dozer Den. Stuff and things. Enunciation is very, very important on the interwebs. You can subscribe on Rumble as well. Well, the cool thing about the dozerden.locals.com, honestly, your best... What's up, S. Hansen? Good to see you. That's your best bang for your buck because you get access to all the benefits of locals, plus you get all the benefits of a Rumble subscription, which include your name being lit up in the most beautiful shade of MAGA red. That's right, you catch a Rumble rash. It oozes patriotism, and the only treatment is more America. Not less America, only more. Catch a Rumble rash, spread it around. It's very, very good. Some people say you shouldn't spread a rash. No, the Rumble rash, you need to spread it. You can hit the red present box and you can shower the chat with your love or spray the chat with your love, whatever verb you want to use. Like I said, I'm not judging. Thank you to the supporters over there on Pilled. We've got subscribers. We've got people red pilling and reposting. Sheriff Hector, WS Hawks fan, and Chops ITMC with the red pill and the repost. Thank you very much for that. When you repost on Rumble, I will be shouting you out periodically. If I don't see the notification on my phone, I will be checking that periodically in my notifications to see who is helping. You only do Rumble or ScrewTube for creators. I can't find something somewhere else. That's very nice. It's very nice. I appreciate that. That makes sense. You know what? It's dedication. I need to... I opened up the XP, the stage.pill.net, I think is what it was. I opened that up the other day, but I didn't fiddle with it very much. I hopped right on Sean and Gina's birthday stream the other night, and then stayed up way too late and had to be at work early in the morning. And I'm still tired. I'm still tired, even though last night I technically fell asleep in the recliner a little bit earlier than I normally do. But then I woke up about an hour after falling asleep and was quite disoriented. And I got like 4 hours of sleep in bed. So that, you know, hey, that's something. Freedom is contagious. That's right. Spread it around. But yes, one of the other benefits of a Rumble subscription, besides your name being lit up in that beautiful MAGA red, you get access to a plethora of wondrous, stupendous, fantabulous emotes, some animated, some not, hopefully all kind of entertaining. That's the goal anyways. Guys, information, entertainment, infotainment, some may say. That's the goal of this channel. And if you haven't followed, smash that follow button. Guys, we're a little over 1,500 total, including the channel, The Dozer Den. We've got like 1238 or so, or 1231, something like that, on the user profile, and 282 on the Dozer Den channel. So I'm not sure how many of those are duplicates, but hey, you know what? If people are flexing numbers, let's flex numbers. Speaking of flex, well, I should show you what the shirt says. Ras Daddy. That's from that SB Mowing. Yeah. Got that for my birthday last year, I think. And after mowing the lawn for 3 hours yesterday, because, oh my gosh, when you are gone from your home for over a week and it decides to rain, I'm assuming torrential downpours occurred. It's like we left Missouri and the rain decided to finally hit. Maybe we're the curse. Maybe that's why. But yeah, the grass was very, very tall, and my riding lawnmower belt is off, and I need a new one, and I haven't ordered a new one, so I need to do that. But I used the push mower. And if you have very tall grass, Even at raise the deck up, it was still taking me forever. I had to have a stick. My hand was green, very green. I had a stick to clear out the output, the outflow. Essence, and I thought of something today. Politicians are like prostitutes. They are both there to fuck you for money, but only one is going to enjoy it. I don't know. Some prostitutes might be whores, not just for pay. But I think probably most of the time the politicians are enjoying it more than the prostitutes. Yeah, there are prostitutes with a heart of gold that do it for the love of the game. Okay, Hess Henson, have you seen Cat House on HBO? I did when I was in my teens. They seemed happy. All right, maybe it was just an act. I don't know. Apparently, they have to be good at convincing people. I don't know. But anyways, guys, if you didn't know, I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 9 p.m. Central. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, we do about 3 to 4 news topics, palate cleansers, swinging about. Saturday streams, it's a hangout stream, a chill stream, a decompressed stream for all the amazing killdozers in the Dozer Den. We do 1 or 2 official topics, but for the most part, we take music video requests for the Dozer Den DJ Hour, where you can rock out with your cock out, jam out with your clam out. Those are the only 2 options. If you're intersex, please pick a fucking lane. There's only 2. There are only 2 to choose from. Just pick a fucking lane. Bam. Sounds familiar? Yes. Yes, indeed. Now, Cat House was the Bunny Ranch on HBO back in the day. I think it was HBO. Was it HBO? Might have been Cinemax. I don't know. But, I mean, it just pretty much was them talking about their lives being well-paid whores. Hey, they say it's the oldest profession. I don't think that's actually true. I think there probably were professions before prostitution. I'm just going to say. I think prostitution probably popped up after some, bartering professions or trades like fixing things or moving big, heavy rocks for pay. I don't know. In the Stone Age, what'd you do? Did you pick up heavy rocks and move them for other cavemen? Maybe. Pay them with like a bone necklace or food. Yes, makes sense. What's up, Ginger277? Good to see you. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. Smash the repost button. Share the stream out. It's what all the cool kids are doing. Indeed. Oh, any stream that we do here in the Dozer Den, if we hit $50 worth of donations, I'll put on a fancy hat. I have many hats to choose from. I do not know where my fishing hat went. It has an American flag on it. It's somewhere. I'll find it at some point. Maybe the ladies' oldest profession. Maybe. How do we know that cave ladies weren't crocheting? Or some primitive method of that. Weaving. Basket weaving. That might have been a profession that was done before prostitution. I don't know. Is it still Skinamax? I mean, maybe. I haven't had Cinemax in years. Harry Toe, what was the comment about it's past 517 on YouTube? I was trying to figure that out, but I'm confused. I am confuzzled. Did the Rumble stream say I was starting at 517? I thought I put 9 o'clock. I don't know. But thanks for watching wherever you may be watching, whether it be here on Rumble, which, is honestly my favorite platform. Pill.net's pretty close second, honestly. Although I will say, Pill.net's live chat blows Rumble's live chat out of the water as far as, like, your ability to do things. There's, like, little games and stuff. There's, like, tiers for people who have commented and supported and stuff like that. Really, really interesting features that Rumble should definitely take a look at and try to figure out a way to implement. I don't know if that's even a possibility, though, because it might be kind of difficult. YouTube says you were going live at 517. Not correct. It is definitely past 517. Very true. And getting a private message from somebody on Pilled. I think this person is a real person. I don't know, though. I got a hello there. Well, pop in the live chat. Kristen, if you are real. Could you imagine Cave Woman Bush? Don't threaten me with a good time. Break out the hedge trimmers. Very primitive. Very primitive. But yes, we have topics tonight, guys. We have a few topics. We are going to be discussing the flock issue, or as I titled it, what the flock? Guys, these flock cameras, I believe, are definitely a violation of privacy. I do wonder, though, I have to say, here's devil's advocate. How is it that different from the traffic cams, like the ones up on the lights, which I don't agree with either. But it's like, if you're mad about the flock cameras apparently are popping up everywhere. and they're using them in very nefarious ways. The overreach with the flock cameras is the biggest issue, and the way that the police departments are using them. Some police are using them to hunt down their exes, estranged lovers, and it's like, yeah, not good. Not good. So Flock's got to do better as a company, but also the authorities, when they're left with power, they're always going to overreach. We have a bunch of clips of people. And apparently, there's a movement, and people are destroying these Flock cameras, sawing them down, knocking them over as a form of protest. And, I'm not going to say you should, but I understand your inspiration. I understand. Let's see. Flock them cameras. Flocks are all connected and can track you. Yeah, okay. You can see in WR's Playboy. Very dope. Nice. Very nice. But yeah, the flock camera is an issue. It's a violation of privacy, and they're popping up in rural areas, guys. Middle of nowhere, like a county road, like county roads, gravel county roads, just to make sure that people are like stopping at a rural county road. Okay, to the authorities. You need help finding places in the middle of nowhere from the locals. Leave the locals alone. If you were in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the night, and you're at a four-way stop, and there's not a soul for miles, maybe, just maybe, who gives a good gosh darn if you roll that stop sign just ever so slightly? Do you need to have a camera to narc on the people out in the middle of nowhere? Maybe you want relationships with the locals in the middle of nowhere. You want relationships with those rednecks? Maybe don't do that dumb shit. And somebody's going to take care of them with a shotgun, most likely out there. A lot of signs get shotgun pellets, so it stands to reason that those flock cameras are going to get flocked. But yeah, we have some clips. We have some stories from people that have been, their rights have been definitely violated by use of these flock cameras. The flock cameras aren't necessarily accurate. They're an AI database, and that's the databases, I think, are tied into the flock stuff, guys. I do believe that it is a surveillance state that is just blossoming into its maturation, guys. It's blossoming. And it's a nasty, smelly blossom. There's a plant in the rainforest that smells like rotting flesh when it blooms. And that's what the surveillance state is currently doing. It's blooming with the smell of a rotting corpse. Bad flower. A very bad flower. And all there are bigger crimes happening. I know, right? You think they would go after all the crackheads. You think they'd go after the meth heads. Nah, we're going to catch somebody rolling a four-way gravel stop in the middle of BFE. Like I said, authorities, you want relationships with the locals. You want help finding a place that you've been called out to by old Billy Bob on the porch. Maybe you don't do that crap. Know where your bread's buttered, okay? Just saying. Yeah, these flock cameras are, oh my gosh, I've been watching the news on them for a little bit. I figured I would wait a little bit to see more news, see more information, see more stories come out about it before I talked about it, because I wanted to make sure I wasn't just hopping on a fad. It looks like there's some legit concern about this stuff. So, flock cameras record traffic violations. I thought they just recorded the license plates. Yeah, I know. They're putting flock cameras in front of stores, pointing at the people leaving the store. So there's that. That's cool. Why on earth would that store, an academy, it was an academy, I believe in like Iowa or something like that, had a flock camera pointing at the store? Why does a place that sells firearms need to have a camera pointing at the people leaving the store? Weird. Very weird. We actually have a really funny clip from Anonymous. I mean, they're mostly gay, but they had a funny clip that we're going to play later, and definitely not suggestions, but yeah, it's crazy. The flock camera stuff. I mean, maybe people are exaggerating. I don't know. Because I guess they could, maybe they're not recording actual video. I don't know. We'll dig into it. We're going to dig into it today. We're going to get it all straight. Okay. Why else? Why else are they recording out in the middle of nowhere? But we'll get all the specifics, or at least most of them. And there's going to be more information coming out. And if you think they're going to stop at just one thing, well, usually when it comes to surveillance, when it comes to overreach by the authorities, they just keep going, guys. And it's just a sad truth. It really is. Second topic of the evening, guys, we're going to get into some birth tourism. Turns out after, Amy Coney Barrett and John Roberts sided with the liberals in this, birthright citizenship case, there are hospitals from Texas advertising on billboards in Latin America that if you want to have your baby in America, come to Texas. You can have your baby here. It says the natural birth, this price, cesarean, this price. Now, someone was reporting that they thought they were paying people to come there to have their babies. That is not, I don't think that's accurate. I think they were just putting the prices of what it would cost. Disgusting, first of all. Really? And apparently, so Trump, after seeing that, has decided, no way, Jose. No way. We're asking the Supreme Court for a rehearing on this issue specifically. Look at what you've done, Amy Coney Barrett. Look at what you've done, you naughty, naughty girl. ACB, horrible pick. Kavanaugh, meh pick. Meh. That's how I feel about that. What's up, Relaxium? Good to see ya. Thanks for popping into the chat. If you are lurking in the chat, say hi. Mix it up with the other killdozers. They won't bite unless you ask nicely. Mostly Harry Toe. Harry Toe, did you see the shirt? I'm gonna be wearing a shirt on Saturday for you, Harry Toe. And honestly, it's just in general. But I saw this shirt, and I immediately thought of Harry Toe. It says, ask me about my butthole. It's a UFO abducting somebody. Because we talk about UFOs a lot on Saturdays. And in general. But also, the butthole thing. And in my head, when I see the ask me about my butthole, I say it in the voice of that guy from, I think it was College or Going to College movie. Jonah Hill, I think, was the character. It was a big fat guy in a hot dog costume going, ask me about my wiener. Yes, that's how I say it in my head. It is an awesome shirt. It is. Need that for your brother? Because I can make a gay joke about my youngest brother. Oh, my youngest brother is queerer than a $3 bill. I gently mess with him. He's not a weirdo. He's not one of those guys that's trying to get kids involved in anything. He's one of the normal gays. That's what I would call him. But I don't agree with his lifestyle. But it's my little bro. Don't really care. As long as you ain't flaunting it in front of me, I don't really give a crap. Let's see. What's up, Hamburglar Helper? Good to see you. Yeah. By the way, Harry Toe asked to be a mod. You should oblige him. I don't know. I think that might be too much power. See, he says no. Mine was just a classic abductee. Oh, look at that. Completely different spot. See, Harry Toe would be a dictator. Okay? And I'm not just talking about a spud in a phallic shape. Okay? Get it? Dictator. That's a stupid joke. You're welcome. That's what you're here for. You're here for dumb jokes. I have the dad puns. All right? I need a potato emote. But yes, so that's going to be the second topic. Birth tourism. It's gay and lame. Third topic of the evening, we are going to talk a little bit about some Missouri news. So, the House and the Senate passed a resolution to allow for Amendment 5 to go on the ballot later this year. Amendment 5 would abolish the state income tax on its face. Fuck yes. I agree with this. There is nuance, though. Apparently, the legislation has phrased the amendment in a way that allows them to kind of wiggle with the taxes, like sales tax, to make up for it kind of a little bit too much. A little bit too much power with the sales tax. So I think they're going to have to change that. There's a lot of hubbub about it. And I agree. Get rid of the state income tax. Make sure that you're not wasting the rest of the funds that are there on other stuff so that you can compensate and that other things that are important aren't getting kind of left out in the cold. Certain services to help like those that are unable to help themselves. Literally just disabled individuals. That those don't need to be cut. Organizations or departments that are helping those individuals don't need to have cuts if you're going to cut the state income tax. How about this? If you do cut the state income tax, completely get rid of it, First of all, I'd rather you get rid of state property, the property tax first. Get rid of property tax first. That one, no problem at all. No, I don't think there's any issues with that. But they're arguing that if you cut the state income tax, that it's the won't somebody think of the children? That line talking about public education being cut. Well, here's the thing about public education: the administrators are making way too much money. The teachers make scraps compared to what the administrators are getting in a lot of places. That's a problem. They need to fix that. How do you fix that? Well, I don't have all the answers to that, but that is something they need to get on. But shower here and there. My God, Jeff City, Missouri news. Yep. Well, I mean, Jeff City is a cool place. I like Jeff City. I go up there every now and then for stuff. But yeah, it's kind of like a rural but city at the same time. Rural and urban, kind of like you see hay bales right outside of Jeff City and like cows. I'm like, I know this place. Very familiar to me. I grew up in Southeast Missouri. So, fourth topic of the evening, guys, pastors on UFOs. So a pastor that was, I guess, in that secretive meeting about UFOs, he has some thoughts that he wanted to share, and I figured we could include that at the end of the stream. I'm not sure how long we're going to be going specifically tonight. I usually keep it to about 2.5, 3 hours. But if we go longer, we go longer. I do have to work in the morning, and I should probably sleep at some point. I've been very, very bad about getting sleep since I've been back from vacation, mostly because my brain won't shut up. But, it is what it is. That and I've always had a horrible circadian rhythm. I didn't stay up until 4:30 the other night, though, but I did do that while on vacation. I was able to sleep until 10:30 that night, though, or that day, though. But yes, let's get into it, guys. UFO. Oh, there's a Jesse Michaels interview with Eric Burleson, fellow Show Me Stater from Southwest Missouri, and I do want to watch that. I think I'm planning on watching that on a show with you guys. Maybe. Jesse Michaels had freaking Steven Spielberg on. Cool. That I haven't watched that one yet, but that has to be a fun interview. He did have Michael Shermer on, the skeptic. Michael Shermer is just a sad man. He just disbelieves every single thing ever. You could tell him that the sun is the center of the solar system, and he would find a way to try to argue, most likely. So is he kind of a contrarian? Maybe. I don't know. It'll be it's probably a good discussion. The clips that I've seen have been good. Here's the thing. Challenging your perspective, challenging your viewpoint is a good thing. Causing cognitive dissonance within yourself is a good thing. It'll help bolster your ability to defend your ideology, your perspectives. What's up? Grandpa has a lot over there on pill.net. Thanks for the red pill. What's up, Azalian? Is this the mothership landing in the middle of the Brazil soccer match? Yes. You guys like how did you guys see that Psychic was predicting that apparently there was going to be a alien invasion and abduction during a soccer match during FIFA, the World Cup? It didn't happen. It didn't. But, yes. That was kind of silly. Or it did happen and we've just been, neuralized. Is that the thing they used in Men in Black, the neuralizer? Look here. But yeah, it didn't come to fruition. It didn't happen. But that's okay. There's some people I would have been fine with them getting abducted. She was wrong, sadly. Sadly. Yeah. But she's pretty. She was nice to look at and listen to for a second. That helps. That helps. Being a pretty lady helps on the internet. People will believe anything you say, apparently. I am not a pretty lady on the internet, but, that's no longer Pride Month, okay? I can't claim that. All right, let me see what I've got here for you guys. I think I have a couple things to share with you before we get into the big stuff. Guys, it's storming here. So sorry if the internet gets a little bit wonky from time to time tonight. It is quite turbulent in the atmosphere around Southeast Missouri. We had some, I'm going to be posting some shorts maybe later, maybe next month. I don't know. I already got my 20 shorts for the month for the creator program. By the way, I am in the creator program, and if you don't have a Rumble account, get a Rumble account and let this channel be your first follow. It reflects positively upon me as somebody in the creator program. And if you want to watch but you got something else to do, you can leave this show on in the background and it gets more hours viewed per month for me. I think I'll be fine. But I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. You guys make the channel happen, and it's a good time with the Killdozers here in the Dozer Den. It's storming here, so I figured I would share this thing. Guys, if there are power lines down, don't drive over the power lines. It is a bad idea. He's bad. He's bad. It will make big, big flash and boom.
Whoa! 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 Oh! Whoa! 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 Oh! 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 Oh!
That buzz noise isn't a noise you want to hear. Nope. He's very bad. I see we got a $5 donation from Harry Toe. Thank you very much. Gonna get a different angle.
Whoa! 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 Oh!
That van got it.
848, too much going on.
Well, I guess the power's still hot.
Yeah.
What the
guess the power. Yeah, I guess it is, buddy. Thank you, Captain Obvious. I would involuntarily go, whoo!
Yeah, too much going on.
You just, what? Don't get out of your car. Yeah. Oof. That's a little bit scary. That could possibly make you a crispy critter. If it wasn't for the rubber tires, that probably would be the case. Let me see here. Thank you so much. Harry Toe for the $5 Rumble rant says, Bill, you are a pretty lady. Stop being modest. Thank you very much for that $5 donation. Turning the chat a lovely shade of yellow. It's not gold, but it's close enough, and I do.
I love gold.
Yes. Yes, indeed. That gets us $45 away from Fancy Hat Goal on a Thursday evening, guys. Yes. I do hope you guys are having a thoroughly enjoyable Thursday evening. What's up, Americua? Crispy Critter, damn autocorrect. Damn that autocorrect. Right on that ground, around the ground, electrified. Yeah, you probably don't want to, no, you wouldn't want to get out. You would not want to get out. Yeah, when the power line's down, it'll, especially with the wet ground. Okay, so I have a rain chain attached to my front gutter, and we have a pot with cement in the bottom and a little spigot so that it drains out into a little plastic thing. It's an interesting little piece of whatever. But I have a screwdriver that I use to clear out the spigot because it gets, we have maple trees and there's a lot of little helicopters that fly down in there. And so when it gets full and it's like overflowing, I get the screwdriver out and I poke it in the hole, clear it out. When I was doing that earlier today, lightning struck very, very close to me as I grabbed it off the ledge and went like this. Like, it was very close. Close enough that it pretty much was like, as soon as the lightning hit, that's when you heard the bam. And I was like, I could have gotten zapped. Yeah, that would have been bad. But thankfully I didn't. And then Luna, my pit mix, she quickly ran back inside. I think it scared the pee out of her. Made her go quickly. It was nice. But yes, there was that. I have something else that I want to share with you guys before we get into the stories. Actually, yes. Guys, have you ever done any plumbing? I've done very limited plumbing on my own. I replaced a pipe to the toilet that was sticking out because it broke. It was brittle PVC, and it could not hold up to what I was doing. What was I doing? Turning off I turned off, so I had to turn off the water for something, and then I was trying to twist off the old one, and it broke. Thankfully, there was enough coming out of the wall that I was able to get the purple stuff, the adhesive, which I think the purple stuff is a bonding agent, from what I understand. I think. I don't know. I'm not a plumber. I just know my father-in-law taught me a couple things, and I can do a little bit here or there. But here's just some beautiful pipe work, guys. Sometimes you gotta work the pipe. and this guy gets after it. Now, you have people in the comments critiquing how he did things, talking about coupling this or coupling that. I mean, sure, but you know what? This is fun to watch. This scratches a mental itch that I didn't know I had earlier today while I was working, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Yes. Boring the hole out. Chops, I've done enough plumbing, electrical conduit, and hydraulic tubing to say I feel competent. Well, there you go. I fumble my way through it, to be honest. Hilty? Plum, North Carolina? Was he scoring it with the Sawzall on the bottom? Was that what he was doing right there? Did he score it with the Sawzall and then he flips it over and cuts through? I feel like that's what he was doing. Oh, that drill. There you go. There's the purple. In the hole. Shloop. Get you a little piece of sandpaper. Oh, there's a gap. But wait. Yep, he's scoring it. I think. Purple is the primer. Ah. Yep. I knew that. I just forgot. Thank you, Americola. Fair enough, Uzillion. Fair enough. Milwaukee battery tools are the best bang for your buck. I've heard good things. I like my DeWalt's, but yeah. Hell yeah, Chops. Ooh. That drip drip. Beautiful. I like it. DeWalt's are quite expensive, I agree. You can get some pretty good deals every now and then, like Father's Day deals and stuff. But apparently that was from Joker King. Yeah. That was some good plumbing stuff. I liked it. I wanted to share it. All right. Let's get into the first topic, guys. I know Hilty made a call and stuff back in the day. Might be trash now. Maybe. I don't know. I find it interesting that a lot of these those companies actually ended up being like the same. Like what is it, Ryobi and damn it, I'm blanking. Ryobi's like the cheap version of, but like from the same manufacturer or something like that. I don't know. There's a couple. We actually played a clip about that once, I think, on the show. But I like it, Rigid. You're rigid. What? Turns off from. Jeez, that's Dropping the tool is not fun. But you know, it's a good tool if it still works afterwards, right? Right? Yeah. Guys, we've got flock stuff. What the flock? What the flock? It's a problem. If you're concerned about the flock, Anonymous has some tips that you should definitely not do. Don't do any of these things. Okay? Don't do any of these things.
Leave flock cameras alone. There's no need to label all the flock cameras in your area. And don't put plastic bags over them either, because all that does is cost the company time and money. Grow up. I know that you can use a $50 high-powered blue or green laser like this one to permanently blind flock cameras, but come on, guys. Why? Definitely do not use the camera map on deflock.org to find cameras, approach them from behind on foot with a spray paint extender, and spray them. And if you do that, at least make sure that you have your phone in your pocket so we can identify you using the Bluetooth and 5G. There is no reason to spend $20 on a hard hat and high visibility vest and then buy a $30 Sawzall with diamond tip blades to cut down the entire pole. That's because the cameras and solar panels...
That's a cute little Sawzall. Look at that thing. I've never seen one that looks like that. Mine looks a lot beefier. What's up, Pulled McGroin? Good to see ya. Hey, y'all, been a while. Still have a test to study for that will occur tomorrow morning, but checking in for a bit? Heck yeah. Good luck on your test, good sir. Every day is a learning day. Jason Bassier on X is probably the top account to follow for DFlock. Ooh. Jason Basler. I will be checking that out.
are clamped with a simple 8mm socket, so you're just doing too much. The cameras have about 12 hours of backup battery, so they will be transmitting Bluetooth and 5G that we can use to track you. So under no circumstances should you put the camera inside of a Faraday bag while the battery runs itself out and then break them down for parts, because that would prevent us from finding you, and nobody wants that. If you do any of these things, it's important that you do not buy a pair of Vader facial recognition blocking glasses, because then it would be impossible for us to identify you and charge you with a class 4 misdemeanor, which is typically just community service or a small fine. And for the love of God, do not attend your city council meetings and demand that they cancel your city's flock contract. We need these cameras. Peter Thiel is a benevolent overlord, and we should all be grateful that he loves us enough to keep us safe. Grow up.
He's definitely not the Antichrist, because he did a whole series about how he's not the Antichrist, or it was about the Antichrist. Oh, it's weird. Oh, so that's the flock stuff. Well, we're doing more. Here's. Let me find it. I bookmarked it. No, I bookmarked it. Where did it go? Here we go. Here's another little clip. Oh, this one's just 11 seconds. Okay, let's do this one real quick.
Just got a $1,250 ticket in the mail for having my phone on my lap, face down, and both hands on the steering wheel.
Holy crap, guys. Holy crap. She also is quite tatted up. Nice ink.
Pretty cool. Just got a $1,000.
Very cool. Not very cool. That's the kind of stuff right there. That's the kind of stuff right there they're getting people on. Yeah. Not just... You would have thought it just would have been, the license plates and seeing how they can track people that have broken the law or something like that. But no. It's extra stuff. Oh, flocks have a few grams of gold. Nice. So they should have been screaming about this 20 years ago. Your cell phones are better to track you with. True. But currently, you're not getting as many traffic violations tracked by your cell phone. At least not yet. It's coming, though, most likely. Get rid of that. Come back up to this. I do have a lightning story I can share with you guys later. Kid got struck by lightning while he was playing a video game while there was a storm going on. It's not good. Here we go. There's a gubernatorial candidate, Anthony Hudson, calling for a ban on flock cameras. Hudson for governor. That is in... Where's this at? What state is this in? That's a good question, right? I see the girl with a no right hand who got a ticket. Yeah, I did. We talked about that, actually. Then they dismissed the charges the day before court because they knew they were going to get destroyed. Absolute garbage. Yeah, that was crazy. And he said, using your right hand, and then the way she just goes, and it's just a nub. And he still wrote the ticket. When you're wrong, you're wrong. Show the nerd getting hit by lightning. They don't have video. It's just a story. Let's listen. There was like a piece of metal that his like stomach or something was touching, and his house got struck by lightning. There was a fire in in their attic, and yeah, when there's a lightning storm, apparently you shouldn't be gaming. So sorry to the gamers out there, but maybe you might need to just step away from the computer for a minute, your PC, and let the lightning pass before you're continuing with your hobby. Let's listen to this guy. Get the flock out of here.
Anthony Hudson, and I am a candidate for governor. No suit to the educator. No suit. When did the government decide that every law-abiding citizen became a suspect? We are a private society. Private. We are innocent until proven guilty, not the other way around. Every day, more flock cameras go up. More cameras tracking where you drive, where you shop, where you worship, where your kids play. We're told it's for our safety. He said it better. But it's not. It's not safety. It's babysitting with a leash.
Don't sacrifice liberty for safety. If you do, you deserve neither. I think it was attributed to Ben Franklin.
We can go as far as you let us go. That's not freedom. Freedom doesn't disappear all at once, does it?
Nope.
Apparently, in today's world, it disappears one camera, one database, and one surrendered right at a time. Is the Constitution even real? Or is it just a piece of paper? I ask because if government is going to trample on our rights every single day, then why do we even have it in the first place? You're violating our constitutional right of freedom of speech by telling us no clapping in a public meeting during public speech. It's my job to defend the Constitution as the next governor of Michigan from both domestic and foreign enemies, and I will do just.
Yeah, he's got no chance. By speaking like this, he has no chance to get elected in Michigan. Too many smallies.
That the Fourth Amendment exists for a reason.
We have the illusion of the Fourth Amendment at this point. We sign it away every time we agree to the user agreements.
Founding fathers had enough of governments that watch, track,
and they'll say, "Oh, you were informed. You signed the user agreement."
And controlled their people, so we fought for that freedom, and we won. That's why they placed limits on government power and not on the freedom of the people.
Oh, good God! Is that sounding really crappy for you guys too?
Government, we're up, not the other way around.
They cut his mic, bastards. What's up, Data Thome? Data at home. I don't know why I read it like Data Thome. Data at home. Thanks for the red pill over there on Bill.
This isn't a dictatorship. This isn't a monarchy.
There we go.
This is a constitutional republic that we've forgotten about, where elected officials and representatives such as yourselves work for the people. So here's my promise. When I'm elected governor,
thanks, Bold. Sounds like it fixed itself.
I will end Michigan's participation in flock camera program through executive order. I will restore the privacy and rights of the people in this state. According to the Bill of Rights, government was created to protect and defend our rights, not monitor private citizens of this state or this country. If government wants more cameras, fine. I'll tell you where to put them. In the government, in every government building, every office, every hallway, every
should have said up your ass.
Conference room, every place where public officials conduct the people's business. Because if anyone should be under constant public scrutiny, it should be the public servant spending our tax dollars and making decisions that affect 10 million Michiganians, not the working men and women simply trying to live their lives.
Michiganians? I thought it was Michiganders. Well, I guess this guy is from Michigan, so he should know.
The board needs to remember something tonight. You don't answer to Lansing. You don't answer to political parties. You answer to me and these people right here. Listen to them. Defend their constitutional rights. Protect their privacy, because the day government fears the people is the day liberty survives. The day people fear the government is the day freedom is dead.
Bam. I like this man. I would like to shake his hand. That is the way to end it right there. My goodness. And Harry Toe coming in with another $5 Rumble rant. Also, Harry Toe with a slap of that peach. Every now and then you gotta slap that peach, guys. Sometimes you make them count to drive the point home. That's one of the emotes you get when you subscribe to this channel for merely $5 a month. Or if you get lucky enough to be gifted a sub by somebody showering the chat with their love by hitting the red present box. Appreciate that $5 Rumble rant. Let me see. Makes a duck happy. why is that gopher so angry? Or is it a woodchuck? Is it a gopher? Is it a woodchuck? I don't know. What you got, Harry Toe? What you got? Something to do with Flock? It's 40 seconds. Apple's terms and conditions. This is relevant, guys. So I say we have the illusion of a Fourth Amendment at this point. You do kind of sign it over every time you sign a user agreement. This is relevant. Apple's terms and conditions.
You agree that Apple may charge your credit card or PayPal account for any products purchased in the iTunes store.
Can somebody please explain to me what is going on?
We're trying to find out exactly what Kyle agreed to.
There can't be anything in that agreement that allows a company to do what they're talking about to Kyle.
Oh, no, here it is right here. By clicking agree, you are also acknowledging that Apple may sew your mouth to the butthole of another iTunes user. Oh, boy. Apple and its subsidiaries may also, if necessary, sew yet another...
It's the Human Centipede episode. I didn't know it was tied to Apple. It's been years since I've seen this. Oh my god.
...person's mouth onto your butthole, making you a being that shares one gastral tract. I'm going to click on decline.
Yeah, you probably should. Good God. Thanks for sharing, Harry Toe. Appreciate that. That definitely added something to it. Depends on where you are in Michigan. There's also Yoopers, Michiganistan, and Trolls. Among others, Michiana is border folk with Indiana. Huh. Interesting. I'm learning things today. Yay, information. I like it. All right. Let me look here if I had anything else to share. Here's another one. Another clip about the Flock cameras. We shall share it for you to observe and me to analyze. Let's see what this bald guy has to say. You think he's fully bald, or do you think he shaves it just to be neat? I don't know.
Here's the most terrifying truth about Flock.
I think, honestly, you give me a couple more days in the sun, I'm probably darker than this guy.
Impossible to stop them. I'm sure you've seen videos of people removing these cameras.
Probably don't record yourself doing it. Just gonna throw that out there. You probably shouldn't record yourself doing it. If you do it, which I'm not saying you should. I'm not going to advocate for criminality. Not at all. Just remember that video we showed you earlier. Surprisingly based video from Anonymous. I didn't expect that.
While it's
ASMR.
good that
The sound of tearing a Flock camera down, the ASMR. Yes, indeed.
people understand the threat, this kind of resistance simply cannot work. Flock is spreading too fast, and they can always replace these cameras.
Breaking news. This is an image of how many Flock cameras there were on February 25th of 2024. So each blue dot is either one or a couple of them. There's not too many. Then June 2025, this is how many they put up in that time frame. Keep in mind, these are the Flock cameras that are, at first, they're just going to monitor people's license plates and catch bad guys. But now they're talking about using them to pick up audio and detect all the audio of anywhere they're placed, have a good microphone on them, and be able to hear what people are saying.
Yep.
And we know in South Korea, these are being used to police who's allowed on the street right now because of their partial energy lockdown. Then here is March 2026. How many cameras they...
That is a rash you don't want spreading. Look at it. Look at it. Would you look at that? Look at that.
Put up Flock cameras.
A well-shaped head is important if you're going to shave it. I shaved my head once. That was who did that donation? Cheddar Steve. Cheddar Steve donated $250 to get me to shave my head. We did it live on stream after I went to a Beartooth concert. Lady Dozer was a guest for that stream.
Which, of course, the cover story is to like make things safer and better. But this looks like a surveillance grid going up in real time.
It is. It 100% is.
We're at a point where you can find these cameras even in the middle of nowhere.
Look around. We're standing in the...
This right here, first of all, impressive beard, sir. That takes dedication right there. Well shaped. Well shaped.
middle of the Richland Wildlife Management Area. miles and miles of Florida wilderness with no neighborhoods or shopping centers, subdivisions, or traffic lights around. Just woods, hunters, fishermen, families, people enjoying the outdoors the way that generations of Floridians always have. So here's my question. Why are there surveillance cameras here? Why are there license plate readers sitting at the crossroads of a wildlife management area?
And here's why every state and every city keeps adopting flock.
Prison can't be the answer. Like, it just doesn't work. And the whole concept of prison will never work. And there are some incredibly well-run prisons with really well-intentioned wardens doing the best of their ability, but the concept of putting a bunch of violent people together is, like, by default, flawed.
Let them fight to the death. How about that? Last one standing gets a cookie.
Odd. And so I question, like, what could Flock be doing to say, I'm going to prevent kids from becoming criminals. And if you do wind up on that
won't somebody think of the children
path, how do I get you back on track as fast as possible? And we're a for-profit business.
Let me translate what the
what a pitiful response. What's up, Stormblade? Good to see ya. That is wow. I want to know where this interview is. Holy crap. Yes, Harry Toe, put them on an island.
Flock CEO just said. Politicians get...
You're going to hear a lot of banging out there. Yes, banging like people, woodpeckers, banging on a tree. Exactly what they're going to hear, Hamburger. It has been a minute. Thanks for popping in.
To save money by keeping more criminals out of jail. And they also get to keep an eye on everyone 24/7 for a fraction.
See, and what it is, they'll just fine everybody into oblivion, and you won't have to go to prison, but you might have to work at like a camp or something to pay back your debt from all the fines you're going to get.
Of the cost. How's that for a deal? The whole situation is terrifying, and yet somehow this guy keeps pretending as if he's saving America.
Last year, we helped clear just north of 1 million crimes in America. And in a lot of those cases, we are the end, the beginning, and everything.
Yes.
Outside of the human.
What did he just say? Rewind that.
We help clear just north of 1 million crimes in America. And in a lot of those cases, we are the end, the beginning, and everything.
Yeah.
The end, the beginning, and everything. Do you just call yourself the Alpha and the Omega? Blasphemer! Chops ITMC over there on Pilled says prisons are one of the most applied PDF file removal systems in active use. Yes.
Outside of the human putting handcuffs on. And in some cases, we might be the tip of the spear.
Break larger rocks into smaller rocks. I can do that. I'm actually good at that. That's actually something I did for fun. You guys want to hear how redneck I am? So we ended up moving to a farm when I was like 8 or 9 years old. And there were big chunks of concrete. And they had sandstone and like actual chunks of sandstone in the concrete blocks. And my mom wanted chunks of sandstone to go around her flower bed. So we'd go out with sledgehammers. No eye protection, nothing. Just going out there being idiots and like 10, 12 years old. And one of our chores or our tasks for mom, and also I think my stepdad wanted them broke up into chunks for something else too, was to break up these giant slabs of concrete. And that's what we did. We just take sledgehammers and thump. It was fun. It kept us active. We didn't do crime. We just broke rocks. It was actually enjoyable. I don't know why people complain about it. It's a good workout. Makes me of the opinion that our tax dollars / USAID helped launch this. Probably did. What's up, Potar Jr.? Good to see you. Yeah. I need to know where that interview is from. Let's see. Hustle Bitch. Oh, nice. Also one of the best reporters on Lahaina. He was. You're good point. I was actually blanking when you said Lahaina earlier, Chops. Sorry about that. Yeah, the Hawaii stuff, right? Yeah, he's got some good sources, which sometimes when people have very, very good sources, you say creepy good sources, it makes me go, Controlled opposition? Maybe, I don't know. Guys, we're $40 away from Fancy Hat Goal on a Thursday evening. It's a thing. That's right. When we hit $50 worth of donations, I put on a fancy hat. You can send Rumble Rants. You can gift subs. You can use Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. There's a QR code for each of these things. There's PayPal will hide Trump. Don't hide me with PayPal. Don't do it. Elon Musk created it. We had issues once. There's Venmo. And then we have a Cash App QR code. Huzzah. Huzzah indeed. Look at that. Look at that. We're all official. We got Cash App and PayPal and then a Venmo. QR codes. All fancy and whatnot. Still waiting on the beta version of Canvas / Rumble Studio to get it pre-programmed, or at least I can preset the size of those things. That would be nice. I need this. They're taking our notes. They're taking our notes. They talked to us. I had a Zoom call with a lady. It was lovely. Oh, Harry Toe coming in with a slap that peach for Potar Jr. Sometimes you gotta slap that peach, guys. Look at the jiggle physics on it. Look at the jiggle physics. Jiggle physics are very, very important. Hold on, connecting the dots on the codes. Let's see. I think I had one more flock thing saved here. Maybe. If not, I have a story that we're going to talk about with the flock stuff. Then we have to play this clip from Alex Jones and Sneeko. Oh my God. If you haven't seen it, it's viral. It's something that will go down in history as one of the best clips from Alex Jones you've ever seen. The Frog Prophet. All hail the Frog Prophet. Sneeko, you damn UG hottest. Oh, being silly. Silly Bill. Yeah. Yes, it happens. I think I had one more flock thing, maybe. Actually, it appears I do not. I do have a narcoleptic puppy. That's something we might talk about later. Or at least a little palate cleanser clip. Because in between stories, sometimes I try to put a little palate cleanse in there. We have 3 people watching on YouTube. Hi to the people over there on YouTube. Say hi in the chat over there if you want. Or you can come over to Rumble and say hi too. If you do come over to Rumble, you could smash the follow button and the like button and the comments and reposting, guys. Reposting the stream on Rumble definitely helps the channel out. Let me do a quick refresh and check on the reposts and the comments. When you repost, when you comment, it helps the channel grow. Everybody that follows your channel on Rumble will see that repost, and it goes in a repost tab on Rumble's homepage or front page. Thank you, Ginger277, for the comment and the repost, and Relaxium McGroin with a repost as well. We've got a few new followers as well. We got Woojin. Woojin was a comment on my short, the Wheat Shark short. DFF123 with a follow. We had On the Trail Outdoors followed. We Are the Show commented on a short. And we had US Abby Girl following the channel The Dozer Den. Huzzah! Yeah, you can follow the Dozer Den channel and the user profile if you want. You don't have to. Well, actually, it would be very nice of you to do so. What is up, Laura Blades? Good to see you. Just having a bad day is all. I work so hard to showcase my music and seems no one is interested. Well, shit. That sucks. Yeah, that happens like that sometimes. Just keep hustling. Keep hustling with that. Sometimes it takes a while to catch. And then when you do, it's kind of nice. Guys, check out Stormblade's channel. Stormblade has a channel. You can throw the link out there in the chat if you like. I see. That was just... Yeah, there you go. There you go. Boom. Get it. Let's go ahead and check this article out. How flock cameras wrongly tracked me for days over stolen plates and sent police after me. That's not a good thing to happen. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that, guys. Let's check it out. It's a personal story from The Drive. A simple error got magnified by Flock's nationwide surveillance camera network and ended with 4 cops boxing me in. This is by Joel Feder. I don't know. This was published July 8th, 2026. That's yesterday. I was about to say that's today. Nope. Are you armed? Police officer screamed. Get out of the car! Do it now! Put the hat down! On an otherwise normal Sunday afternoon in late June, I decided to take the $155,000 Range Rover I was testing that week out to run some errands with my wife. Little did I know that choice would complete a technological chain linking surveillance cameras, AI, and law enforcement that led to me and my wife being surrounded by police, hands on their guns, in a Kohl's parking lot in suburban Minnesota. Did you get your bags? After dropping off our Amazon returns, we'd just gotten back in the Range Rover and reversed maybe 2 feet out of the spot when 4 cop cars came flying out of nowhere and boxed us in. The officers jumped out and started shouting. It's a situation that can quickly and frequently turn bad. So, as unprepared as I was, I followed their orders, got out with my hands up, and tried to figure out what the hell was happening. Eventually, after a tense hour, I did. The Plymouth Police Department had been tracking me for days using flock license plate cameras, waiting for the right moment to strike, because they thought I'd stolen the Range Rover. And the reason I was ID'd as a dangerous car thief was a simple data error made 2,000 miles away in the great state of California, creating an edge case within an edge case that Flock's AI camera network was unable to handle. We now live in a surveillance state where cameras mounted on stoplights are tracking our cars, our devices, our pets, and even us. This is just the beginning. Next, these cameras could be put in motion using our kids' school buses. Whether you've actually stolen a car or just rolling down the road having done nothing wrong. Like me, once these systems have you in their crosshairs, there's pretty much only one way it can go. Welcome to the future. It's scary out there. It's a nice looking Range Rover. I'd drive it. I would. Back in the Kohl's lot, I was standing there with my hands up, still getting over the shock of throwing the Range Rover in reverse and seeing 4 cop cars materialize on the backup camera, lights blazing. Officer Max Ganshin asked me again if I was armed or if I had any firearms in the vehicle, while 2 officers circled around the passenger side to get my wife out. He patted me down, and when he realized I presented no risk, he asked for my ID. Then he asked who owned the Range Rover. It's a complicated answer, and I'm happy to explain, but I'm going to need you to be patient, I replied. I tried explaining that what the drive is, what I do for a living, and how I could be driving a 6-figure luxury SUV that doesn't belong to me. A confused look crossed his face. Yeah, I'm not a car guy, he said. Fortunately, one of the other officers had heard of us. Well, there you go. There you go. On the other side of the car, the officers were busy grilling my wife. Our stories lined up because we were telling the truth, and they seemed to relax a bit. But they still weren't letting us go. I sensed my opportunity and asked point blank, what is going on here and why are we being detained? The cops replied, the plates on this car are stolen, Officer Ganshin said. My face must have twisted in disbelief because he continued, saying they weren't sure whether the car itself or the plates were stolen. This made absolutely no sense. Car companies keep meticulous track of the fleets they loan out to the media. The vehicles all have special manufacturer or dealer plates that are logged every time one enters or exits. The officers eventually ran the Range Rovers then, and it came back clean. But in their view, the plates were definitely stolen. Before I could even process that, another officer dropped the big surprise. They'd actually been tracking me around town for days using flock cameras, but they kept losing the trail. So when a camera alerted them that the Range Rover had been spotted turning into Kohl's that morning, they quickly set up their ambush and waited for me and my wife to walk out of the store and get in the SUV. Not okay. Not okay. I was blown away, but somehow still with it enough to ask if I could see the camera footage. One of the officers pulled out his phone, opened the Flock app, and showed me 2 photos, a wide shot of the Range Rover going through an intersection, and a zoomed-in shot of the New Jersey license plate, which clearly reads 3410 DTM, and says Vehicle MFR. Along the bottom. Critically, the number 10 is a much smaller font than the rest of the tag, which is the non-standard structure New Jersey uses for manufacturer plates. Again, I tried to explain that I had no idea why a license plate on a press car would be flagged like this. Can you get Range Rover on the phone? Can you get Range Rover on the phone? Officer Ganshin asked. A tall order on a Sunday. As I started dialing, he added that the plate was reported stolen by a Jaguar Land Rover dealership in Los Angeles. After a few tries, I managed to get someone at JLR on the phone and handed the call off to the officer, who spoke with them for about 10 minutes. He hung up and came back over with an explanation that clarified everything in an instant, but somehow made it worse. The New Jersey plates that were allegedly stolen from the LA dealership were 3403 DTM, not 3410 DTM. But when the police report was created and the plate was entered into Flock's system, it was just recorded as 34 DTM. Just the 5 large characters, no little number in the middle, and Flock's AI tech wasn't registering the non-standard little number when it began picking up the Range Rover around town. It just saw 34 DTM in large type and started alerting the local police. Fucking narc cameras. Gosh. Ugh. As we all stood there shaking our heads, including my wife, who was finally allowed to join me, I connected the final dot. A lot of vehicles in JLR's media fleet have a New Jersey manufacturer plate with the same alphanumeric structure, 34, number, DTM, and Officer Ganchin observed that meant it was now a nationwide issue. Anywhere a police department has a partnership with Flock, any other JLR-owned car with the same plate structure is going to get flagged as stolen. In fact, our 4 other 34 number sign DTM cars were being tracked around Minnesota that week, according to Officer Ganchin. I was just the first one to get nabbed. The only way to stop it would be for the LAPD to correct their initial report and update Flock's system, which Jaguar Land Rover, oh, that's what JLR stands for, was now racing to make happen following the phone call. Huh. Still, he warned me to drive straight home, park the Range Rover, and leave it there. If I were to cross into the neighboring town, I'd probably get flagged again and go through this entire ordeal with a different set of officers. His parting words were ominous. You're lucky we're in Plymouth. If you were in Minneapolis, they definitely would have come at you with guns drawn. Which is stupid. It's very stupid. No. I mean, it's Minneapolis, but still. How ironic that this was happening not 2 weeks after we published a report on the privacy risks of Flock license plate cameras being turned into an all-encompassing surveillance system. The article went viral and has been shared tens of thousands of times on social media. I guess Officer Ganchin didn't see it. I didn't see it. Maybe I did. I don't know. Can't say I saw myself being caught up in the system so soon either, but here we are. A couple days later, I got a copy of the police report that added a fun kicker to it all. Turns out the 3403 DTM plate that kicked everything off was in fact not stolen. One of the fleet vehicles bearing NG 3403 DTM was used in a photo shoot in Los Angeles. During the photo shoot, that plate for the vehicle was misplaced. It read the corporation had to report the plate as lost to law enforcement. Oh man, gotta love communication breakdown, guys. The plate was reported as NJ 34 DTM instead of NJ 3403 DTM. Wow. And there you go. There's the police report. Fun times. It's embedded above for you to enjoy. It was also kind of fun to read a clinical description of police watching me before they boxed me in. I observed the driver, who was a white male wearing shorts and a green shirt, as he was putting something into the back seat of the car. I could also see a white female getting into the front passenger seat. When the driver started getting in the driver's seat, officers initiated a box and pin on the vehicle. Also, both the driver and the passenger were cooperative and exited the vehicle without issue. I told the drive's EIC, Kyle Sharamcha, I'd like that in my permanent file. But finding at least some humor in one of the most ridiculous things I've ever experienced in over 15 years of reviewing cars doesn't negate how completely insane and avoidable this all was. A simple data entry error, magnified and broadcast nationwide by a growing surveillance network operated through an opaque partnership between a private company and public agencies, led police to identify me as a car thief and set up a sting to take me down. I mean, they even had a drone flying overhead during the bust. And the more I've sat with the aftermath, the more I'm thinking about how, with a different set of officers in a different city or a different unsuspecting driver with 34 number sign DTM New Jersey plates who was a little less collected, this could have ended so much worse. Thank God our kids weren't with us. I'm not sure if I would have been able to react as calmly. Well, damn. Okay, from the drive, Jill Feder, something like that, FEDR. That sucks. And that's just an example of how it can go wrong. Chops over there on Pill says, I'm a little surprised at how few people understand that ICE units have been wearing Google glasses, feeding into info during pretty incidents, very similar AI assistants. Interesting. Very interesting. You guys are having a food discussion, huh? Talking about fish? I do like fish. Fish is very good. I had fresh sea fish on a vacation, guys. I didn't catch those fish, but they were given to me. I did catch some fish, but the ones I caught were not keepers. They turned them back. The lizard fish and the 2 sea bass. Lizard fish apparently is trash fish, and the sea bass were too small. Yes. Guys, we have to watch something from Alex Jones. It's great. If you haven't seen it yet, you're in for a treat. Alex Jones had Sneeko on because he apparently made a comment about deporting Sneeko. And it's pretty awesome. This is from Autistic Clips over there on X. You should probably check that channel out. Probably worth a follow. What's up, A Dangerous Toy? Good to see you. This one is just the newest one. Like the friend was, ooh, you guys are talking. Now I'm hungry. Oh, you're talking about mushrooms. Oh. You know, I've not been a fan of mushrooms yet, but I'm sure there could be, if it was prepared in the right way, I bet you I would like it. Alex Jones with Sneeko. Get ready for gloriousness. This will go down in history.
The manifesto, they're Mexican white nationalist cat boys. So
Durga Muhammad Jihad.
Stuff like that is.
What do you want me to tell you? I'm your friend, like the Quran says, and then stab you in the back.
The Quran doesn't say that.
How about I become a Shiite with you, and we take swords and cut our heads, and for 8 hours I just march you like
that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Or I could be a megachurch Christian with Kenneth Copeland drinking my blood. I could be with Erica Kirk shooting fireworks off my ass and twerking. You want me to do that? Small minority to demonize 2 billion people.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weasel from Connecticut, the mighty Mongol, the amazing, all-powerful, sneaky
Allahu Akbar!
Sneeko.
Allahu Akbar!
You don't even have a brain.
So what makes you think you can deport me?
Have a brain to
So what makes you think you can deport me if Sean Strickland can't knock me down, huh?
Oh, that is so bullcrap. Sean was just literally, he knows he's full of crap here. Sean definitely was just toying with Sneeko the whole time. It was beautiful. He's just like, he's talking to him the whole time. He's like sparring. He's like, and this is where you realize you fucked up. You're in a bad situation. You're about to get hurt. He does like 10 seconds. 10 seconds of actual hits, and they throw in the towel, and his buddies come help him. Oh, God. I love Alex Jones so much. All hail the Frog Prophet.
You can't stop me. I'm coming.
Oh, you think I can't stop you? I can stop anybody. I know. Then tell me. I'm coming. Durga Muhammad.
Allahu Akbar!
The slavery that we take the women as sex slaves. And
inshallah.
I also live in Missouri, a dangerous toy. I'm in SEMO, around the Boot Hill area.
Inshallah, you become Abdul Alex Jones.
Utter madness.
Assalamu alaikum. Marry your cousin. It's so much fun.
You really have.
Durga Muhammad Jihad.
Wow.
It comes from your Jewish supreme leaders. It comes from Abraham, who you are the bad son. You are the bad Islami. Bad Abraham say. You are not the chosen. No good, Sneaky. You are cursed, Sneaky. You are cursed to wear nightgown and marry cousin. Bye, Sneaky. I love you.
Hey,
I'll see you tomorrow.
Stop killing.
His name is a sneaky snake, snake. All right, we love you, Sneaky.
See you tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum.
Bye. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes. He did not, in fact, see him today, which is tomorrow from there. Yeah, he didn't show up. But yes, that happened. Hooray. I was up in Kansas City for a conference a few weeks ago. I got some shorts that I put here on Rumble. The train station, I forgot what it was called, but it was beautiful. I just hung out in there, and honestly, the war, was it the World War II or World War I memorial? I don't remember which one, but that was absolutely gorgeous. The tree on a crutch was great. That did well on TikTok for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, I think AJ is a bit sad at this point. He's joined the circus. I mean, he's just that's part of his shtick. Doing that thing is like what he's. Ooh, there's new things happening on Pilled. When I click a red pill, it gives +1 XP. So has the XP gone over to Pilled and General Chops? I'm confused, but I see new things happening. This is nice. It does look like the little icons are cleared up a little bit too. I wonder what the sticker stuff is doing. Let's see. A little bit quicker. Nice. All right. So yeah, help my mom out having a place to escape if things get scurry. Script KC. There you go. I didn't realize. I mean, I knew it shared I know Kansas and Missouri share Kansas City. I didn't realize how quickly I would go into another state when I was up there. I was just going to Walmart for a laptop charger cord. And then it's like, oh, now leaving Missouri, or welcome to Kansas City. I was like, excuse me, welcome to Kansas. And I said, what? I didn't want to go to another state. I've crossed state lines. Beautiful place. There were a bunch of homeless people in the park, though. I will say that was kind of off-putting. Maybe don't do that. Go out with hoses. Spray them off. Away with you. Away with you. We got ourselves a clip from a preacher. Guys, a preacher with some common sense. This is not the pastor about UFOs. But, yeah, it's a connect on Walmart crap happening. I will say that Walmart that I went to over there in Kansas, the most disorganized Walmart I have ever seen. I did not have a good time at that Walmart. The lady back in electronics was lovely. I'll give her that. But that Walmart was awful. I don't want to ever go back to that one. Also, I will say the are you signing on stage.pilled? They may be rolling it out site-wide. I don't know. No, I'm just on my normal bookmarked, the one that I've got down in my bookmarks or in my my taskbar. But it looks like they've moved some things around. So the stickers were a little bit quicker on the loads. Loads. Bam. And it's doing +1 XP whenever I do anything in the live chat. Interesting. Walmart screwing over the consumers. It usually happens. Always hit up the Walmart seasonal fishing clearances. Yes. And the lawn and garden stuff's pretty good, too.
If you can get arrested for hunting and fishing without a license.
Speaking of fishing. Perfect timing, Hamburglar. Thank you for your mod services, by the way.
But you can enter this country and remain in this country illegally. You got a country run by idiots.
Idiots.
If you have to get your parents' permission to go on a field trip and get an aspirin at school, but you don't have to get their permission to get an abortion, you got a country run by idiots. If you must show identification to board an airplane and cash a check and check out a library book, but you don't have to show identification to vote in our elections, you got a nation run by a bunch of idiots. If the government wants to prevent and they want to take our guns away, and turn around and send F-16 fighter jets to our enemy countries, take our guns away, and give ammunition to our enemy countries, you have a country run by idiots.
Well, here's the problem. We keep electing them, apparently, so there's that. Unless it's because some elections are fake and gay. Not all. I'm not black-pilled on all the elections, but there sure are some, like the ones with Lindsey Graham winning. There's no way that's legitimate. Not at all.
In the nation's largest city, New York City, you can buy 2 16-ounce Cokes, but you can't buy 1 24-ounce Coke because 24 ounces of a sugary Coke will make you fat. But you can buy 2 16 ounces. You got a country and a city run by some idiots.
That was New York, right?
If your government believes the best way to eradicate trillions of dollars in debt is to spend more trillions of dollars in debt, you got a country run by idiots.
So this is the video that we just watched, and we all know that he's making a lot of common sense. But one thing that we should see if we really are split down the middle is opposition to this. There should be people in the comments that are saying, no, this is wrong, and defending the other side. So let's go to the comments and see if we actually see that. So here are the comments. This video must have been made during Biden's time in office.
Oh, they changed the prices before you get to the counter to check out. That's why if you see a change in what they're charging, definitely point out, hey, this price was marked. Because they have to match, if the price is listed, they have to stick to that. They will definitely, you can call them on their bullcrap. I've won a few exchanges with the Walmart folk on that issue.
Office. So true, you have to have an ID to buy spray paint. Biden did this. Is this when Biden was president? America has accepted the normalization of absolute failure. Say it louder. Well said. You have my support. Say it louder. Why don't?
Okay, I don't know why I didn't realize there was another part to that. But oh, here's this thing that Pro Pixel Imaging, Billy Kryzik posted a while back, like a couple weeks ago. We've got a little bit of a breakdown. This is not related to anything news-wise, but damn, Harry Toe. I think you knew that UFO talk was about to happen. Harry Toe coming in with a freaking massive donation. 5 gifted subs to the channel. Look at that. Showering the chat with his love. Prince of the Air Jr., Hamburglar Helper, Laura Blades, Relaxium McGroin, and Pulled McGroin. My goodness gracious, back to back gifted subs spreading the red rash. Hell yes. And that is what we're talking about here in the Dozer Den. Guys, before I play this, you know what? That makes me want to play one of my favorite clips. Let me find it. Give me a moment. It takes some time in Rumble Studio to find the clips from time to time. But yes, guys, with that $25 donation, that gets us to $35 tonight. Guys, that puts us only $15 away from Fancy Hat Goal on a Thursday evening. We could get there. It could happen. But before that, Jews in Space.
C. Jews in space.
We're Jews out in space. We're zooming along, protecting the Hebrew race. We're Jews out in space. If trouble appears, we'll put it right back in its place. When Goyim attack us, we'll give them a smack, we'll slap them right back in the face.
Huzzah! Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Guys, if it was on Saturday, by the way, on Saturdays, guys, every $20 worth of donations, and I give you Cork Pop ASMR. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of tempted to take it, since we didn't have Cork Pop ASMR last Saturday, I'm kind of tempted to do it tonight. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to get too crazy with it, though, because I have work early in the morning. But I have a horrible circadian rhythm. I'm not going to go to bed early anyways. I don't know. Maybe I should. I got a little bit of Double Oaked Woodford Reserve, which, by the way, Double Oaked Woodford Reserve is probably the best bourbon, in my opinion, at this time. But I haven't had a better one yet. Once I have a better one, I'll know for sure. Need to do a show together. Hell yeah. Let's see. Do I follow you at Dangerous Toy? Let me see. I do not. Oh, you're okay. Same. So are you Stormblade? I see the same stuff. Well, I'm following that one too. That's an idea. You know, I haven't done many collabs, but I had Sully on once, and I think at some point we're gonna watch Donnie Darko, and I might have Third Rail Politics, aka John Titor, on. But yeah. Oh, there we go. Sweet. Should vodka me. Nah, we're here on Saturday to get you drunk. Thanks, Arito. I do still have some old elk over there too, but rub me and cook me. Yes, bruh. Let's see. So what's going on over there? Exactly. The Star of David space laser. It's great. It's great. That's one of the Mel Brooks is such a good one. Oh yeah, international connections. Sweet. Good stuff. Oh, I'm gonna drink this. Sorry for the sniffles, guys. When you apparently go from coastal sea air, which is a little bit dries you out a little bit more, and you come back up to Swampy, Missouri, where it's like a rainforest most of the time. Yeah, your sinuses and your just everything gets all funky again. Lady Dozer's ears are all blocked up. She's not feeling great. I have a bit of a sore throat. But you know, Spaceballs. Yes. The comment. I'm still excited about Spaceballs 2. Okay, I am. You can hear all the dirty on Australia. Nice. Vodka. Glad you're having a good night. Let's see. Mel Brooks is 100 years old. Bless him. He's involved. He's involved in it. Yes, Missouri weather does suck. You can have all the seasons in one day. You can have 65 degrees in the morning, and as the day goes on, it'll get colder. And by like 3 o'clock, it'll be under 30 degrees. And then you get snow. You get mud snow, or ice mud. That's fun. Yeah, it's light layer frozen on top. Then you step in it, and then it's just mud from all the rain. Mm-hmm. But beautiful scenery. And sometimes the weather is beautiful. Like in the springtime, I do love springtime Missouri weather. And fall. Fall is gorgeous as well. Except for the 95-degree days that pop up out of nowhere sometimes. Like late September at a Saturday football game. And all the kids are dropping from heat exhaustion. That happened. That game ended early. Because kids were getting close to the bad stuff. But anyways. We should check out Ryan Hall, y'all. Yeah, Ryan Hall is great. I like Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall, and then Reed. Is it Reed Timmer or Trimmer? Something like that. Good stuff. Very good stuff. All right. What did I want to show you guys? Oh, yes. So UFO stuff, really quick. This is a slowed down video of that. I don't know what to call this. This is the video. I still don't know what to make of it. Apparently, it was slightly hovering above the ground. I think, for my guess, the bottom of the console to the top of the head. You'd say maybe about 6 feet. Okay, so it's the thing with a console in front of it that's like in an orb. I don't know what to make of this. If it's fake, I don't know. I haven't really heard a good explanation for this. It looks interesting, and let's hear some people talk about it. Why not? Let's throw it in, guys. We're living life on the edge. Fuck it, do it live. Bill O'Reilly.
Through what we're seeing.
So right now you're looking at that light. That's light that's being emitted from that console or craft. And if you look to the right of the light, all that stuff that's shaking, that's like the bubble that it's in. It's like outside of time and space potentially. And actually behind the console, like so above
it's a bit of a reach. You don't know that.
The light, you can see an object. That's the head of this being. And it's standing there, and it looks almost frozen in time for a moment. I don't know if that's a distortion effect from the craft or being close, but I'm not sure how time is perceived. But when you see the light kind of collapse in on itself, you can get a real outline of that being behind the console.
What's fascinating
on,
too,
Hannah.
just to speak to that, Josh, is whatever's moving around, you kind of almost see like this.
A dangerous toy, that is when I had a glorious mane. That picture is actually from the Mississippi River. Yeah, I let my hair grow out for a while. I cut it a while back, but I actually donated my hair to hairlossforkids.org, I think. And I had some pretty long hair for a minute. I'd never grown it out, but then, it had a shoulder injury, had to get surgery, and I usually cut my own hair, and I couldn't, so I just like, you know what? Let's see what happens. Turns out I have lovely locks.
Arm or hand or something around the light that's like spinning, which I think is really interesting. So just in terms of how big this species could be.
Right, that brings up a question. Yeah, how big was this light? Like,
she's talking about how big it is.
When you say the species was big, was this a light? Was it a 6 foot wide? Like, how? Give me some dimensions or anything you can tell me.
So it was slightly hovering above.
Oh, that's interesting. That is a artist's rendition of what that is. So it's hovering. Okay, so I need to shut up. Let's let them talk.
The ground, I think from, I guess the bottom of the console to the top of the head, you'd say maybe about 6 feet. But the rest of the bubble probably took up like a 10-foot spherical.
So did he record this? It's recorded on an iPhone, apparently.
Radius, so.
Wow. And it's also, I noticed that it's blinking in and out almost. And I know when it blinks, you can almost see this entity a little bit better. Can you talk me through that?
So,
dang it. I'm trying to catch it when it blinks.
Oh, yeah, it was pulsating with light. And every so often, the light would collapse around the object and you get a glimpse at where you're looking at.
Thanks, Arito.
We've got some still photos of it, and it's very interesting to look at.
Mike, was there any communication going on?
Well, absolutely. As far as the communication goes, it's usually just a knowing, like,
Why does he remind me of the Robin Hood Men in Tights Prince? What is the prince in Robin Hood's name? Wow, I'm blanking on this. Why does he remind me of that guy? Is it in the mole that moves around?
You're there to
That was Austin Powers. He had a mole too, though, didn't he?
meet something, and they're coming to see you, and it's something that's visited in the past. He communicated enough to not come close, but it wasn't that hive mind. It was a completely different phenomenon. So maybe that's part of it as well.
Now, I know that it was analyzed by Billy Kryzak at Pro Pixel Imaging, and I spoke with him at length on the phone.
Which Billy, if you haven't followed at Billy Kryzak on X, very, very good coverage of anomalous phenomena in the sky. He does a pretty decent job, decent breakdown. This is the most sensational one that I think he's kind of covered, where it was more like, hey, this is an interdimensional being or something. And I'm like, damn.
And I mean, he's calling this footage legitimate, and that seems extraordinary. And he was able to make out this being you're talking about a little clearer. I'd love to show some of these pictures and these sketches so you guys can take a look at it. Can we see picture 1, please? Okay.
That is trippy as hell.
Okay. Here's the first image that you sent over. What am I looking at?
So right now, you see these arms that kind of curl up like this and go down in the middle. That's the console. And if you look past that, there's something behind it. And you see at the top of it, it's a head and it's kind of looking this way. And you can see an arm actually coming down and coming back up, kind of like a mantis. And this is something that I'm not extremely familiar with. If it's something that's been in, communication with me, it's a rare sighting to get the actual being associated with that to come down and say hello.
Well, this isn't the first time, is it, Mike? You've also had encounters up close with a craft before, and you may have seen a mantis being in a previous encounter. Is there a pattern here? Is this?
I don't know if I trust the mantis beings. I've heard bad things. Not as bad as the reptilians, I guess, but
Did this being in any way feel familiar to you?
There was definitely familiarity, but this is the second time I've only seen anything that resembled a mantis. So like that first time that we spoke about, that was in 2023, and that was my first encounter with one.
Okay.
You see a dude rocking on the guitar?
Can we see the next image, please? Okay, here we have a little bit of a drawing around it. What are we trying to isolate here?
So that's just a quick outline of the arm right there.
Oh, the arm, okay.
The screen grab.
Got it. Okay, next image.
So that's a rendering that Billy drew up for the analysis, and that seems to be like the shape of the head, and it looks like there's some sort of mask or helmet on the face.
Master helmet.
To this being.
Oh, you're saying, so is that the size of its head? You think it's a helmet that's covering its head?
I think the front.
There's a little bit of matrixing, I think, going on because everyone's going to see different things with that thermal freeze, that thermal screenshot. It's like, I don't know.
Perfect. So that's what it looked like.
A little bit of a Rorschach.
It seems to be just kind of, his head's tilting. It seems like it stays like that in the entirety of that video we have. So we're not exactly sure why that is or what, but Billy's working.
Yeah, I mean, right away, that head looks almost eerily similar to the ET depicted in Spielberg's new movie Disclosure Day. This large kind of head with big eyes. It's very similar and kind of eerie.
I really enjoyed Disclosure Day, by the way. If you haven't seen it, it's worth a watch.
Yeah, that's there does strike some resemblance. Yeah, I think you probably got it close to the grays on there, but this is what we believe. Well, I personally believe to be the mantis, at least the outline of its head.
And when you were filming this, could you see it, or is this all after the fact through the footage? You can kind of make it out.
Well, you could see it in those moments where it collapsed the light, but the footage is our best capture from that time period.
Got it. Hannah, is there anything that you'd like to add about this footage before we move on?
Yeah, Mike, the plasma, or like it looks like there's like a little cloud or like an orb that's surrounding the light. Do we think that that's a form of plasma? Do we think that it's just a refraction of the light that's like hitting?
That looks like it's probably from just the recording, hitting the lens.
The atmosphere. was there any mist or anything like that around this?
I'd love to know for sure if it is plasma. I'm not sure. Love to,
And was there any was there
Sorry, I was
was there
trying to
any
get
mist or anything like that around this?
Dang it.
I'd love to know for sure if it is plasma. I'm not qualified to make that assessment, but it did appear to have a plasma-like state.
Fair enough,
But
Harry
it
Joe.
also could be some sort of distortion caused by the propulsion system on the craft. So it's really hard to say, and that's why we need some experts to look at this and
Get after it,
really
dangerous
dial
boy.
it in.
Yeah, I mean, I have so many more questions. I was talking to Bill last night, and he talked about
Bill, huh? Billy Kryzik, not me.
Maybe multiple bubbles going around it, which is interesting. There's so much to say, about that footage. I think it's extraordinary. So, thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
I want to see more. Damn it, I want to see more. Let's do it. Where are the bodies at? Dang it. Somebody was saying that Trump had a speech that he was going to do on July 8th. Well, it's July 9th, and that didn't happen. So somebody was wrong. But apparently July 13th is another day. James Franco might have lost his mind. Maybe he's just grifting. I don't know. But it's kind of interesting. So. Ooh. Rep Eric Burleson did get some stuff released about the 1996 UAP incident with Varhinia. That's some cool stuff. We might have to cover that on Saturday. Yeah. Yep. It's from James Fox. I'm going to remember that. Guys, you want a positive story? Well, shit. Actually, it's kind of sad. I'm not
through what we're seeing.
Because that's going to make... No.
So right
no,
now
we're not going to mess up the vibe, guys.
That's...
We're not going to mess up the vibe with that one. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to get into the next story.
Manifesto, their Mexican white nationalist
cap. Procrastinating long enough. Wow, we're 2 hours in, and I'm only into the second story. we had a pop-up story, guys. Sometimes you don't even intend for it to happen, but a story just pops up, and it doesn't mean anything. Okay, sometimes they just pop up like that. Sometimes you gotta take care of the story, and you gotta process it fully. You gotta finish. You gotta finish the pop-up story. Okay, guys. Gosh, get your minds out of the gutter. What you guys are talking about. Next topic: birth tourism. After the Supreme Court's silly ruling, because we have I don't think women should be on the Supreme Court. It just ends up they all do badly, and I don't think if you're not going to follow the Constitution, if you are not a follower of the Constitution, you shouldn't be on the court. You shouldn't be a judge. You shouldn't have any authority to enforce law in any capacity if you don't respect the Constitution. That's just me. James Fox's doc on Varhinia is great. I have not seen the whole thing, but he did post that thing from Eric Burleson with some information, which we are going to probably get to, like I said, on Saturday. I think that's what we're going to do. We might, if I can find his doc, we might watch his doc. Who knows? That's an idea. That's something. Mm-hmm. But yes, apparently, guys, actually, I have a bookmark here from Nick Sortor. Where did it go? Un momento, por favor. Where did it go? Here we go. A quick clip before we get into the story. So this is after they're kind of tying it. He's tying Trump's decision to ask for a rehearing. So breaking. President Trump announced he's filing for a rehearing with the U.S. Supreme Court on birthright citizenship after an Anchor Baby hospital was discovered in Texas. Signs of billboards are being put up all over our southern border and Mexico, advertising birthright citizenship with deliveries starting at $4,000. That is a crime, and therefore the Supreme Court's ruling is wrong. I will be asking for a rehearing by the United States Supreme Court immediately, not tomorrow, not 2 weeks from now. No, immediately. This miscarriage of justice will destroy America if they don't change their absolutely insane decision. U.S. citizenship is not for sale. Not good. Let's listen to this.
You can pay $3,950 if you want to have birth naturally, make your child a U.S. citizen.
Are you kidding?
Your
Oh, yeah.
foreign board C-section, $5,525. You can pay $3,950 if you want to have birth naturally, make your child a U.S. citizen.
Are you kidding?
Your
Oh, yeah.
foreign board C-section, $5,525. I spoke with Ken Paxton on this, and he showed me pictures where there are houses in Texas that look residential. So it could be your neighbor's house, and you go inside the house, and there are rows of bassinets where Chinese women are coming, giving birth to a child, then going back to the Chinese Communist Party, educating their child there, and they have U.S. citizenship, which could amount to more than 1 million new voters in this country over time.
Only a stupid nation would allow this to happen. They also have a website, Have My Baby.
Well, I mean, we kind of live in a bit of a stupid nation, I think. A lot of stupid people vote. We need less people voting. Yep. I think that we should go back to where the state legislature decides who your senators are. I don't think that people should vote on the senators at this point. Doesn't work.
In Texas.
You vote for your state legislature? Okay. Do you trust your state legislature more than you trust the feds? I think most people probably do.
.com. By the way, this big border.
People like Mitch McConnell keep getting elected. People like Lindsey Graham keep getting, quote unquote, elected. So I don't know.
Advertisement right there is miles away from the border. So their audience are people that are crossing back and forth. And by the way, if you think it's just Mexicans, no, that's just a checkpoint right there. People are traveling from all across the world to come to Mexico to go pregnant. They could have their baby here in the state of Texas. And, as a result of that, their kids are going to be American citizens. Congress has to codify this law.
Yeah, and
that's what they need to do.
They've taken this billboard down and the website. And this is obviously catering to a Spanish-speaking audience.
A dangerous toy making an amazing decision, becoming a monthly supporter. Hell freaking yeah. And a Bucky squeak. Bucky duck. There you go. Thank you very much. Appreciate the heck out of that. That gets us to $10 away from Fancy Hat Goal on a Thursday evening. I have many fancy hats to choose from, by the way. Many fancy hats.
The ones that I mentioned were separate and apart, and Abbott is prosecuting those, and those are Chinese birth tourism.
I think we need the federal government to go over social media sites, not just billboards. Billboards are easy to spot, obviously, by their definition. But what about...
No shit, Kilmeade. Billboards are easy to spot. Okay.
What other advertisements are in other...
What? Billboards are easy to spot. I mean, yeah, thanks, Captain Obvious. My God.
Countries giving them a pathway. We saw that with Come to America. It's never been easier during the Biden years. Now it's Come to America. I didn't know they even existed. I'm stunned by that. Oh, yeah. Stunned by that. As if like we need to make $5,000 by giving birth here and then giving you citizenships to boot.
Right. They have pictures of pools that these women can lounge by. You can buy like elite luxury birth tourism packages. It is crazy. And then Tommy Pigott at the State Department was telling me that they caught fraudulent documents coming from South Africa, North Africa. Yep. There have been more than 400 cases out of Europe in just 1 year alone. It is worldwide. And do you think the founders or the framers, I should say, of the 14th Amendment really intended for 2 billion women in the world to have access to have a baby on our soil and boom, you're a citizen?
Do you think Democrats would be against this?
Words.
See, this miscarriage of justice will destroy America if they don't change their absolutely insane decision. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump, your favorite president. I had to finish that. I couldn't leave that. Guys, you want to see some cats fighting? Here's a cat fight. Check it out. Then we'll get into the article. They were separated because they couldn't stop fighting. And even when separated, the fight goes on. Are those Asians? Are those Asians right now? Uh-oh. Maybe they're fighting for survival. Slap your hand. Slap your hand.
干嘛？不服气啊？打起来了！打！揍他！
It's dedication to the hate. Yes. There you go. You got that slap of the peach. Bam. Bam. Pull my groin with a slap of that peach. Hell yeah. Just wanted to take over the world. What we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. Pinky and the Brain. Carly Shimkus is a babe. She should replace Hannity's wife. Indeed. Over the cage and let the cats fight. Yes. It is destined. It is destined. What's Pinky and the Brain? Oh, we have an article. We have an article associated with this. Just a moment. Just a moment, guys. Texas hospital. This is from Cron or Shron or Tron. I don't know. CHRON. Dot. Let's check this out. Check it out now. Funk show, brother. Texas hospitals birth tourism packages trigger Abbott investigation. Welcome your baby in South Texas, the billboard reads. This is by Macy Meinhardt, a multimedia reporter. That's the hospital in question. Mission Regional. At least it's not missionary. Okay. South Texas hospital that marketed maternity birth packages to international patients is now facing a state investigation after Governor Greg Abbott ordered regulators to determine whether it violated Texas law. Pinky and the Brain was great. So was Animaniacs. Animaniacs was based. Abbott on Tuesday directed the Texas Health and Human Services Commission to immediately investigate Mission Regional Medical Center, alleging the hospital advertised maternity services in foreign countries to attract expectant mothers seeking U.S. citizenship for their children through birth tourism. Birth tourism is an illegal practice that exploits the extraordinary hospitality that the United States and Texas offer to millions of foreign travelers each year, Abbott said in a statement announcing the investigation. Unfortunately, thousands of foreign travelers come to the United States under false pretenses to give birth and secure citizenship for their children. It's gay. The development comes just hours after the hospital's international maternity website, Have My Baby in Texas, quietly disappeared from the internet. It's just blatant. Good God. Following renewed scrutiny over a photo of one of its maternity billboards that went viral in April, former U.S. Rep. Mayra Flores shared a photo of the billboard claiming it was located in Reynosa, Tamaulipas, Texas, across the border from Mission. Huh. In a statement shared with Shron, a spokesperson for Mission Regional Medical Center said the hospital has discontinued its maternity marketing materials due to any unintended misunderstanding. Yeah, you're cute, but you know exactly what you were doing. Don't even try. Oh, I can't believe people thought we meant this. Oh. Like, oh, what, you wiped it like with a cloth? Yeah. We intend to work cooperatively and transparently with local and state officials, the spokesperson added. Mission Regional's full statement is included at the end of this article. That's all. Americans are getting blatantly ripped off, and it's happening right in front of our faces. This is Mayra Flores. She's easy on the eyes. In the United States, the average cost to give birth is over $20,000. Even if you have insurance, you're still slammed with thousands in bills. That's true. And then, yeah. But to the illegals, to the people that are the birth tourism, yeah, you can get it done for $39.50. And they have it in Spanish and in English. The investigation comes as birthright citizenship has reemerged as a leading immigration issue. The Supreme Court recently upheld the legality of birthright citizenship, striking down an executive order signed by President Donald Trump declaring children born to parents who are non-U.S. citizens or are inside the country illegally do not have automatic citizenship status. The website's removal is also in light of intensified efforts by Texas officials to target industries related to fertility and immigration, including companies accused of facilitating birth tourism, as well as an upcoming Texas Senate Health and Human Services Committee hearing that will consider banning commercial surrogacy arrangements involving foreign nationals. Damn. Well, I'm glad you're having a good time in the chat, A Dangerous Toy. Thanks for being here. Rest well, Hamburglar Helper. Thanks for being here. And thanks for your mod services. You'll be goo tomorrow. You don't want to be goo. No. Welcome your baby in South Texas, it says. The billboard written in Spanish advertised bundled birth packages starting at $39.50 for natural birth and $55.25 for cesarean birth packages. Advertised services that come with packages include breastfeeding support for prenatal classes, breastfeeding support and prenatal classes, private delivery and postpartum rooms, NICU discharge education rooms, and much more, according to website archives. The website featured multiple testimonials of success stories from their maternity services, including a review from as far as Mexico City. Social media posts are also echo similar messaging targeting non-U.S. residents to come to the hospital, with one translated post on Instagram stating, "Are you pregnant, living abroad, and looking to welcome your baby in South Texas? Look no further," the post read. But wait, there's more. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Abbott has directed HHSC to refer any violations to the Texas Attorney General for civil enforcement and to local prosecutors for potential criminal action, while also pursuing any available administrative sanctions against the hospital. American citizenship is not for sale, and Texas will not permit our healthcare system to be used as a magnet for birth tourism, said Abbott. Full statement from Mission Regional Medical Center. Mission Regional Medical Center is committed to providing high-quality, compassionate healthcare and expanding access to care for the communities we serve. Like hospitals across the country and throughout the region, we share information about the healthcare services we provide. We do not support or facilitate any unlawful activity and work to comply with all applicable federal and state laws. Lawyer wrote this. Laws and regulations. The marketing materials regarding maternity services are no longer in use due to any unintended misunderstanding. We intend to work cooperatively and transparently with the local and state authorities or state officials. Our focus remains on delivering safe, high-quality care to every patient who seeks our services. Yeah, not good. Not good. Damn the vodka. Damn. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. I'm going to go ahead and check on the reposts really quick, because we do have some reposts. Laura Blades with a comment. Ginger277 with a comment in the repost. Thank you, Laura Blades, for commenting underneath the video. That does help. Commenting is caring, guys. Reposting helps too. And that's very, very important as well. There's America. Guys, we're $10 away. $10 away from Fancy Hat Goal. I have many hats to choose from. I have a Grogu Burger King crown that is especially excellent. If we hit it by the time we get to the alien story, that would work. I also have the foil cap, the Illuminipple, as it is fondly referred to. I also have a Patriot hat. It is a faux tricorn hat with a turkey feather in it that I got from the farm that I grew up on. Well, close to the farm. It was the other farm, across the hills. Yes, indeed. Many hats. Mm-hmm. Really? Burger King, I used to... Did you make flame-broiled Whoppers? Did you wear paper hats? Would you like an apple pie with that? Would you like an apple pie with that? Ding for the dun, ding for the dun. That's old internet. Old internet, guys. Do you guys remember the badger mushroom? Badger, mushroom. It's good stuff. That is the old internet, guys. Right along with the magical Leopleurodon. Yes. Nostalgia. It happens. Comes in waves. Let me see here. You guys want to see a crazy interaction on the side of the road by a cop? This is it's traffic stop, and then it turns into more. Before we get into the story about Missouri income tax, which we will talk about, there's nuance to it. But first, a traffic stop gone horribly wrong.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, H7. My vehicle's just been hit. Start an ambulance.
Hey, what happened?
You tell me.
I need a new car.
No shit. Do you have the foreskin? No.
Here, come over here, buddy. Get out of the road. Here, have a seat real quick. Have a seat. You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
What happened, dude?
I don't know, man. I've been drinking.
You been drinking?
Yeah, I've been drinking.
Okay.
And I took some weed pills.
Some weed.
He's crossfaded. He is crossfaded, guys. Yeah, this guy's funny. It's dangerous, but funny.
Pills?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't get crossfaded and drive. Don't do it.
Anybody else in the car?
Nah, it's just me.
187. Started trooper. Here, just sit down, man. Just sit down.
All right.
Driver tells me he's been drinking and took some weed pills.
Here, let me get
No. Sit down, sit down.
Okay.
I don't want you to get hit, okay? Hey, you guys all right up
This is the Bob Marley song, Smoke 2 Joints in the Morning.
in there?
It's a good song.
All right, just hang tight, okay? All right, just chill, okay?
Okay.
Were you wearing your seatbelt?
I don't know.
Dude is gone.
The airbag went off.
Good.
Everything went off.
Man, I'm glad nobody died. Well, he hopped out that car quick, too. Totals his car and just hops right out. Man, I need a new car. Yeah.
I'm good. I didn't get hit. I appreciate you. 148-187. I was outside of my vehicle. The occupants in the vehicle I stopped seem to be okay also. I have the driver of the Unit 1 vehicle sitting on the ground right now.
Wonder if he has insurance.
I'm going to jail.
Oh, I didn't say that. Just hang tight. I'm concerned that you're okay.
The answer is yes. After you're determined to not need hospital services, you're absolutely going to jail.
All right.
Cop is being remarkably chill. Remarkably chill.
What's up, buddy?
You all right, man?
It's a nice car I just crashed.
Are you the owner of that car?
Yes, sir.
What year is it?
2018. It was 2018.
Was it 2018?
Yeah.
It's gone now.
Been the car accident. I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, dude. Where you coming from?
Huh?
Where were you coming from?
The Walmart up the street.
In O'Fallon?
Of course. Shakti isn't asking the officer for a snack while he waits. Yeah.
No problem, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Don't let him eat anything.
You and your passenger good, though, right? Okay.
You guys got to eat safe?
Yeah. All right. I got some other guys coming, okay?
And here's the thing. When traffic stops are some of the most dangerous things for the cops. 2 days later, they are both whiplash victims. I mean, yeah. Probably, you know what? Honestly, the cop turned his head so quickly, it probably gave him whiplash.
187. We do have some lane blockage on the southbound lanes.
Yes, sir. Can I stand up? My head's getting like...
Just sit down, man.
No, you need to stay right there, buddy.
In a bad accident. I don't want you to get hurt.
Like, dude could literally be bleeding internally.
Okay.
But he's so high, he wouldn't know. It's so high.
You wander around out in that traffic, somebody going to hit you.
Somebody going to hit me.
What's up, hair juicer? 3,000. What up? This guy's up. Very, very up. Alcohol and weed pills. I can't believe I didn't really think that there were weed pills.
I got insurance. It ain't gonna cover that.
I don't know about like edibles, but I didn't think they had. I mean, yeah, okay, wait. I remember cancer treatment. People going through like chemotherapy. They did have a THC pill, I think.
No.
Well, I don't know, but that's not what we're concerned about right now. We're concerned about everybody's okay, all right?
All right.
You got your driver's license on you, man? Yeah. Can I see it real quick?
Got pulled over or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where's your driver's license at, man? Is it still in the car? You got it on you?
I got it on me.
Can I see it real quick?
I did that on purpose, sir.
What? You're just digging your. This guy is going to be in prison for a long time. Now he just said he did it on purpose.
But you hit me on purpose?
Yeah, I did.
Why is that?
This cop's just like, what is that? Why? I didn't do anything to you. Why would you hit me? What's a weed pill? I know of a tincture. A tincture. There we go. I guess it's a capsule with marijuana in it. I don't know. I've heard of like gummies and stuff, like chocolate.
I'm bored.
Bored. Shit.
Whatever you want to.
Not enough excitement for him, huh? Good God.
Subject.
How you doing, boss?
Last of Jennings, John, Edward, Nora, Ida, Nora, George.
He's quite cordial for attempted vehicular manslaughter. I guess it'd be attempted murder. I mean, he said he intended to hit the car.
Sam, first King, Edward, Adam, John, Ida, Oceanora.
He should be in prison forever for that. And here's the thing, like, who decides to get edibles and then go driving like that? I mean, I've heard of people going backroading and being nice and chill and stuff. This isn't very nice and chill. Is it because the alcohol was mixed with it? Is it because he was crossfaded? I think it might be because he was crossfaded. Shit, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Hey, he's got insurance.
187, copy subject that I stopped initially.
Damn, I don't know how to get home.
The Devil's Lettuce is open to the public in Missouri. That is true. Yeah, it's the good. I was just thinking about that, Paul McGroin, because he was doing a traffic stop, had the other guy pulled over. It's like, well, it's the other guy's lucky day if the officer decides he doesn't want additional paperwork and lets him off. I think if I was the officer, I'd probably, unless it was egregious, I'd probably let that guy off. It's like, yeah, you're good, man. My car just slammed into your car because it got hit. I think we've bonded through this trauma.
So you ran in the back of me on purpose?
Yep.
Why is that?
I hate talking, man.
Yeah?
I hate.
Why is that?
I was raped. No one helped me.
Yes.
When was this?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I was raped and no one helped me.
Okay. All right. We got an.
What he just said, guys, I mean, could just be complete nonsense because he's high as hell. There are a lot of people that get into that thug life. If they don't like to talk about this in that community, they try to say, "Oh, that's a white people crime." No, it's not just exclusive to white people. There's a lot of people that you got single moms and you got a bunch of nefarious older black men, older men in general, coming in and out of the house. And sometimes that happens. And then they get older. They're angry. They're, mad at the world for what happened when they were little. And then they take it out on society. And also, the whole older males grooming them into the criminal lifestyle. When your cousins, when your unks, when they're all doing that stuff, it's hard to say no to it. I've had conversations with young individuals in that setting, and it's like, yeah, it may be around you, but it doesn't mean you have to be a part of that. You can literally go somewhere else. You can avoid. You can get a job. Tell that to somebody who's like, well, I can sling stuff and get bills. That's a lot easier than going and working a freaking 9 to 5 or working your side job in the evenings and making minimum wage. But you don't have to worry about getting locked up for working that minimum wage job. So, yeah, no dads. A lot of the times, no dads. You don't agree to chemical drugs, but yeah, natural is definitely better for people. I think there's a lot of stuff out there that can mess you up. But anyways, guys, speaking of Missouri and how there are laws recently that made things legal, there is some interesting legislation that has been going on. There's an Amendment 5, that is going to be on the ballot. I think in November. Pretty sure it's in November. And this is to abolish the state income tax. On its face, instantly, my instinct is, hell yes, screw state income tax. Also, we got to make sure that they're not going to have too much power to regulate sales tax with unfettered abandon, essentially. That's one of the things that I hear people chiming in on, is the way that the amendment is written, or the way that it went through the House and the Senate. It's because the governor, it had to go through the House and the Senate to be allowed to be on the ballot for us to vote on it. I'm thinking the way it currently is, I need to do way more digging into it. This is just a cursory glance of Amendment 5 and the issues in general. I have actually a video from the governor. Let me scroll up to him. Governor Kehoe, which he was under the last administration with Parsons.
Them
and I voted for him
how to spend
because I was told he was going to do. Here's what he did. He came in and he said that he wasn't going to change much because he wasn't. If it wasn't broke, he wasn't going to try to fix it. That's since to be determined to be a fucking lie on a few key issues, and that kind of pisses me off. Honestly, should have voted for Bill Eigel at this point, the libertarian who was going to abolish, income tax and property tax. I think property tax was one of the big ones that he was floating. But it's interesting that Kehoe is, kind of talking this one up when Bill Eigel, the libertarian candidate, was talking about it as well. So interesting stuff. Be natural, yeah. Washington State didn't have an income tax until Democrats to absolute control this. They made it a bill tax the rich, but trickle down to all eventually. Yep, that's what it is. That's what happens. They say they're going to tax this person, but it ends up getting everybody. All the dang higher upper middle class or lower middle class individuals get screwed. So, yes. To be true, I have nice, cool. Holly's been interesting too. There's some things that I think he's a little bit controlled on. Eric Burleson, I like Eric Burleson. Oh, you're talking about our senators, Eric. Oh my gosh, blanking on our other senator's last name. He was our attorney general. Yep, brain fart. Let's listen to our governor. He has jowls.
Trying to let Missourians keep more of their money and let them make a decision on how to spend it versus an elected official, I
love our state.
I think is paramount to how an economy moves.
Even if there's meth in them hills.
Forward. And so for 18 months, we went around the state saying, we know how to get our economy going. We know how to grow our population. The way to do that is to give relief to our citizens through tax relief. And so our plan to eliminate the state income tax took about a year to develop. A lot of people were very involved in it, including the economists at the White House and multiple national people on how to do it responsibly so you don't lose any services for first responders, education, etc. But you also put $9 billion.
They are preemptively cutting funding to some agencies, though. I will say that. That could be completely unrelated to this, but I think Missouri is key to what's happening. I think Mo, that's key to what's happening, Bill.
Annually, back into Missourians' pockets to spend. We were able to get that proposal through the House and Senate this year.
I mean, one of the biggest arguments is that when you abolish the state income tax, that's going to have an influx of people people will be flocking. Not talking about flock cameras now, to Missouri for as a tax haven, right?
Year, and now it's on the ballot in August for Missourians to vote on whether they think it's appropriate, because it is in our Constitution. So we do have to have a constitutional manager, what I'm fine with. But we think it makes us competitive with other states. And all the states, you can list them, I can too. And you can see how their populations are growing without imposing a tax on their people.
I don't think Tennessee has a state income tax. Florida doesn't, I guess.
And we think it's about time to rewrite our almost 100-year tax code, which was developed in 1931. So if you put those two things together, the solution can be Missourians having more disposable income to spend as they see fit.
I don't know. Missouri does have caverns. Missouri has nuclear sites too. A lot of people don't know that. We also have a B-52. That's where the B-52s are hanging out too. Around Fort Leonard Wood area, I think, Southwest Missouri. There that is. Give me a minute here. So yeah, that's Libs at TikTok said, Florida doesn't have a state income tax and has a budget surplus of $2.1 billion. Turns out when you cut out fraud and NGO money laundering, you can save billions of dollars. Let me go to the comments though. The comments have some interesting stuff. See, that's the thing. That one of the first things a Missourian in the comments. This is not what it seems. Do your research. Let me check what this post is saying here. It does belong to us. We are born here. We serve to protect our state from total shitheads like you trying to push the biggest power and money grabs on us. 4 and 5 are a no, and you will lose business over this. So there's that perspective. The everything tax would swap Missouri's income tax for a massive increase in sales tax. Let's check this out. We're going to stop sharing. We're going to open this. I did not know that this was even this is a Missouri budget project. Let's look through this. Now, this is obviously they have an agenda here, but and here's down there. You go. Yeah, I think we could get rid of it, and we could allocate funds more effectively to make up for any lost revenue. I think that's what I think. This is from Missouri Budget Project. The everything tax. Amendment 5 would increase taxes for most Missourians, damage communities, and economy. Okay. The everything tax would swap Missouri's income tax for a massive increase in sales tax. This would increase overall taxes for most Missourians, cut critical services that support Missourians, and damage our state economy. All to give the wealthiest yet another big tax break. House Joint Resolution HJR 173 places a constitutional amendment on the ballot that initiates a swap of the state income tax for a greatly expanded sales tax. If approved by voters, Amendment 5 would require lawmakers to eliminate Missouri's income tax, which sounds good. Missouri's income tax generates $8.5 billion per year, supporting 64% of the general revenue budget. The amendment does not include specific guardrails that would account for population growth, inflation, or economic downturns that dramatically impact cost of and need for state services. Allow lawmakers to impose new sales and use tax on products and services not currently taxed and increase Missouri's existing sales tax rate. So that's the dirty part of this. That is the dirty part of this. I don't know. For 5 years, lawmakers could so you have a 5-year buffer here. Lawmakers could bypass the provision of Missouri's Hancock Amendment that requires a vote of the people for any significant tax increase. Instead, the state legislature would have free rein to greatly expand and increase sales tax. So they need to change that. They need to make that more concrete. Apparently, it's pretty damn fluid. And you could argue if it's too fluid, if it's too flexible, then it would be void and, for vagueness, right? I don't know. That's a term I remember lawyers saying. Excuse me. Lawmakers would be forced to choose between unprecedented increases in sales tax to fill the budget hole, or deep cuts to public services, including education. I mean, maybe some of the education needs to be cut because it's not doing that great anyways, and they've lowered the standards for fucking teachers where you can have a C average and be a teacher. You don't even have to have your fucking degree in Missouri right now to be a teacher. You just have to be you have to be in the process of and promise to continue and attain your degree as a teacher. What? Sorry, but good God. So here's a job coordinator at C-Tech Skill Center, now semi-retired these days. Well, there you go. There you go. Gosh darn. By the way, guys, thank you so much for being in the chat. Thank you for saying hi. Thank you for sharing the stream, liking the stream, reposting. Reposting on Rumble definitely helps the channel grow, guys. Everybody that follows your channel is going to see a repost, and it goes in a repost tab. It's good stuff. What this means, income taxes would be eliminated regardless of whether lawmakers choose to replace this revenue with an expanded sales tax, placing Missouri at risk of up to an $8.5 billion hole in the state budget. You don't need more holes. The bottom line, Amendment 5 would raise taxes for most Missourians at risk of devastating cuts to services that build opportunity and damage our state's economy. That's a bit black-pilled perspective there. 80% of Missourians would see a net tax increase, with the average Missourian paying over $500 more in taxes each year. Only the wealthiest Missourians would see a tax cut. I think that might be a little bit skewed. I don't know if I believe that. There's simply no realistic way to make up the revenue lost from eliminating the income tax. Yes, there is. You could just spend less on contracts for silly services. There's some stupid contracts in the state, meaning harmful cuts to state services such as schools and community supports for older adults. How about we figure out where the tax revenue from the casinos and marijuana is going? Because apparently that's kind of hard to track. And apparently no one's exactly 100% sure what's happening to that revenue. That's a problem. We're getting a lot of revenue from things like the casino, which I agree with. I agree with the revenue from casinos and marijuana. But we have to be using that effectively and correctly, right? There's so by taxing the products and services Missourians use everyday costs would increase dramatically, making it more difficult for families to get ahead and slowing economic activity. Consequences of Amendment 5's everything tax. Increased taxes for most Missourians, yet another tax cut for the wealthiest. See, this is very, very biased. I do not like how this is written. Those little bold headlines that you're not helping. If you want to present yourself as an objective information broker, don't do that. Missouri already has an upside-down tax structure where Missourians earning the least contribute a higher share of their income than Missourians earning the most. Okay, replacing Missouri's income tax with a greatly expanded sales tax will make this even worse. That comment is to fill the gap. Missouri's general revenue sales tax rate would need to more than triple from the current 3% to 10.7%, resulting in a combined average state and local sales tax rate of 16%. Alternatively, lawmakers could expand the sales tax to apply to all of the products and services that Missourians use every day, like doctor's visits and medication, childcare and summer camps, home and car repairs, even gasoline. The measure does not include any exemptions. That's where we need to be more specific. If you're going to include an amendment here, you need to, with this, you need to be specific on what those taxes are going to include. So you don't want to cut your nose off. It's essentially, it would be cutting your nose off to spite your face. Is how this is being presented. In both cases, a median income Missourian making $65,000, God, that would be nice, $400 a year would face a $535 net tax increase. Older adults who rely on Social Security or public pensions and active duty military members whose income is largely already exempt from income tax will have a much steeper tax increase. Let's allocate the funds better that we get, though. There's revenue coming in from other sources that are not being used in the appropriate ways. Let's do that. Massive budget deficits that trigger cuts to education and other services that build opportunity. Missouri's income tax currently generates $8.5 billion per year and supports 64% of the state general revenue budget. There is simply no realistic way. Okay, we said that earlier. Missouri faces a $2.5 billion budget deficit resulting from a decade of tax reductions that largely benefited the wealthy and corporation. Okay, we get it. This has already triggered painful cuts to critical services, with even more steep cuts likely in the coming years. Even if lawmakers expand the existing sales tax to all services, the revenue generated would fall far short of making up for the loss of income tax. There's simply no realistic. Was this written by AI, or we just want to hammer this point home? This exact phrase, there's simply no realistic way to make up the revenue lost from eliminating the income tax. Again, there is simply no realistic way to replace the income tax without expanded sales tax to all services and increasing the rate. Yeah, you need a thesaurus, buddy, whoever wrote this. This is part of what I do whenever I read articles. I critique the way it's written. This is garbage. Horrible writing. It was either AI was used to write this, or somebody that sucks at writing. Proofread your shit. Fewer investments in the everyday Missourians. Fewer investments in the everyday Missourians whose contributions and skills drive our economy. If the tax cuts were the key to economic prosperity, Missouri would already be seeing benefits. Instead, sustainable economic growth is driven by real improvements in the lives of everyday Missourians. Increasing Missouri sales tax would dramatically increase daily costs for Missourians and dampen consumer spending and communities across the state. Missourians may be tempted to cross state lines or travel to big box stores for many purchases, devastating small local businesses and communities. I mean, even in small communities, we're going to Walmart, we're going to Sam's Club. Yeah, we're gonna have we have a local Ace, hardware or local hardware store that we use, but if there's a Walmart nearby, we travel from our small communities to the big city of 38,000 people, right? That's a big city around here. State investments in quality K-12 and higher education, affordable care for children and aging parents, and access to health coverage are key drivers of economic growth and critical components in attracting and retaining a skilled workforce and quality employers. Huh. So there was that. I have another piece here that's from the Missouri Independent, which would hopefully be a little bit more, a little bit less biased. You guys are talking about bagels? Now I'm hungry. Guys, you know what you should do? At this time of night, it's like 11:30 where I am, and you get hungry. Instead of getting a high-carb snack, you should go to your fridge, and you should get that bag of Biltong from www.biltongusa.com. Use promo code DOZER for 10% off your order of that marvelous, marvelous meat. Anton, he's a South African immigrant that came to this country with a very, very simple dream of spreading his meat across the land. And you can be one of the killdozers that helps him achieve that goal by going to www.biltongusa.com. Using promo code DOZER for 10% off. Guys, that meat, it has protein, iron, zinc, magnesium, potassium, creatine, all kinds of good nutrients in that meat. No gluten, soy, and no sugar added, because Anton would not do you dirty like that. No, no, no. It is good warm. It is good cold. It is good room temperature. It is good. It's cooked in the skillet with an omelet. It's laid atop a leftover piece of cheese pizza. Guys, Biltong, it's what beef jerky wishes it could be. It's more moist, more filling. That's right. That's right. You gotta let the meat slide down your throat hole. BiltongUSA.com. You can get the meat there. You can get rooibos tea, which I honestly could use a cup of tea right now for my throat. It's a little bit sore. And there are also imported goods there, like sodas and snacks, sugary stuff. If you do feel like getting a little bit carb loaded, that's an option there too. Okay, I'll need to bed myself. Rest well, a dangerous toy. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate the heck out of you. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Very, very Chadley of you. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let me look at this brief. It's a shorter article, but yeah, I think we pretty much covered that. That was that perspective. Actually, this might be worth going through. Let's go ahead and look at this one. This article here gets a little bit more nuanced, I believe, than the last one. The last one was very, very against. Let's see. From reading through, just scanning through, it looks like it's a little bit more balanced. Plan to replace Missouri income tax with expanded sales tax heads to voters. Backers will campaign on promises. This was April 21st, by the way, so a little bit further back in the month. Heck yeah, Dangerous Toy. Do you have X? I'm on the X machine at Billdozer, Billdozer74 __, or just search Dozer74 on X. And if you follow me on the X machine, that's a good place to interact. I am on Discord as well. Yeah. Would have power outages during the summertime in Ballard, Seattle City. Couldn't provide enough electricity. Damn. That sucks. So opponents argue it's going to increase the cost of everyday purchases. We just saw that perspective. Missouri voters are going to decide later this year whether to grant lawmakers the power to increase and expand the sales tax in order to raise revenue needed to eliminate the income tax. Missouri House voted 95 to 59, reciprocal, Tuesday to send a proposed constitutional amendment directing future legislatures to cut personal income tax rates as state revenue increases. The measure also allows the General Assembly to expand the sales tax to transactions involving any goods and services without having to return to ask voter permission. That is a problem. 9 Republicans joined the 50 Democrats present for the debate in opposition to the plan that is Governor Mike Kehoe's top legislative priority. He probably should have other ones, but this is interesting. Kehoe must decide. So it was going to be on the August 4th ballot, primary ballot, waiting for the November 3rd election. That's right. Primaries, August 4th, November 3rd, general. There we go. Oof, damn. This is the first step in keeping our promise to make Missouri more competitive, attract jobs and investment, and let families keep more of what they earn from the start, Kehoe said in a statement released Tuesday. We look forward to continuing this important conversation with Missourians in every corner of our state. In a debate that has become familiar to those to close observers of this year's session, Republican supporters characterized the income tax as theft, yes, and argued that repeal would open the state to new businesses and residents eager to flee high-tax areas. It's an interesting argument. The income tax has killed the source of wealth for Missouri's middle class, said GOP State Rep. Bishop Davidson of Republic, sponsor of the proposal. It has made the American dream an American memory, and even that is fading out of view. It has decayed our economy, stagnated our wages, chased young people out of the state, and left our seniors without their families. No, you don't want sad, lonely old folks. Democrats, however, warned that if it passes at the ballot box, higher sales taxes will shift the tax burden to poorer Missourians who must spend most or all of their income on necessities. Let's be real. There's no opting out on buying everyday goods and services, said Democrat State Rep. Stephanie Hine of Springfield. You have to feed your family. You have to have a place to live. You have to be able to buy your medicine. These are non-negotiables. If passed, the proposal would direct, Aldi's is cheap-ish. It used to be cheaper. If passed, the proposal would direct lawmakers to set a revenue baseline and triggers for phased-in reductions in the top tax rate. It also allows 5 years for the legislature to write a new sales tax law, which must be directly tied to cuts in the top income tax rate in a manner supporters hope will not increase or decrease revenue. Currently, Missouri has an income tax with a top rate of 4.7% for taxable incomes greater than about $9,200 a year. The sales tax is 3% for general revenue, but earmarked state taxes and local options stack on top of that, creating a rate that is 7 to 8% in most locations and can be as much as 12% in some special districts. The sales tax applies to physical goods and excludes services. The Missouri Constitution prohibits lawmakers from applying the sales tax to real estate transfers and any goods or services not currently taxed, but those provisions would not apply to any sales tax plan passed as a result of the constitutional amendment. Ooh, so yeah, they got to fix that. They have got to fix that. I don't like the flexibility that they're going to have to be able to fiddle with the state with the sales tax. Missouri gets about 65% of its state revenue from the income tax, about 22% from sales tax, and the rest from other sources, including a corporate income tax. I mean, you could charge each time use for state parks, I guess. That's something, but what's up over there on Pilled into Bushes 827? Yeah, Clown World. There's a lot of that. Let's see. So, state law exempts residential utility costs, prescription drugs, and other and groceries from all or a portion of the current sales tax. There are also dozens of other sales tax exemptions, mainly tied to business operations as an economic development tool. And while the legislature has been debating the proposed constitutional amendment, lawmakers have also been debating new sales tax exemptions, bills that would exempt infant care products, credit card processing fees, goods sold at auction, aviation fuel sold at Lambert International Airport, and construction materials used in public buildings are under consideration. The proposal approved Tuesday, back in April, was vastly different from the plan originally voted on in March in the House. The original version included specific revenue triggers for tax rate cuts, specified a baseline year for measuring future revenue growth, and completely repealed the income tax when the rate fell below 1.4%. The revisions made by the state Senate took out all the specifics. Damn you, Senate! During House debate, Davidson said, "What is left is a framework to guide future lawmakers with protections against increasing the tax burden or imposing sales taxes that are not accompanied by income tax cuts. It doesn't allow for an increase in taxes whatsoever. It actually mandates revenue neutrality," Davidson said. The removal of specifics pushed by State Rep. Bryant Wolfen, a Republican from St. Genevieve, we call it St. Jen for short, into opposition, he said during Tuesday's debate. The proposal asks voters to trust lawmakers, he said. Nope. Don't just trust blindly. And he doesn't believe Republicans have a strong track record of restraining government that would purchase that trust. If we pass legislation that's based off our findings, and we're wrong, and we increase the tax burden on Missourians, which has happened in this building with Wayfair, there's no legal recourse or refunds that would go back to Missourians, Wolfen said. Missourians will feel the bite when new sales taxes take effect, said House Minority Leader Ashley Aune? Aune? Ain? I have no idea how to pronounce that last name. A Kansas City Democrat. The bill sponsor and the bootlickers in the Missouri GOP who are falling in line around this tax game keep telling you that they simply want to eliminate your income tax, she said. The legislature can and has cut top tax rates in bills tied to a revenue trigger that and could do that without a statewide vote. Yeah, I think they need to change that. The sales tax increase, however, cannot be enacted without permission from voters. The campaign over the measure opened just minutes after the final vote. Polling has shown the plan is unpopular. The Republican consulting firm Torchlight Strategies found that Missourians opposed the switch from income to sales tax 49% to 37%. After hearing a series of reasons to oppose it, only 18% remained favorable to the plan, while 75% said they would vote no. Liberal groups immediately began attacks on the proposal. While the richest Missourians will pad their investment accounts, the vast majority of us will be subject to whopping increased costs for everything from home repairs to car insurance and to burial services, said Amy Blowen of the Missouri Budget Project. That's who we just read from. And Claire Cook-Allen, Executive Director of Progress Missouri, said middle-class families will see the biggest hit. See, the fact that all these lefties are coming out against it makes me think, I don't know. Missourians expect strong public schools, reliable roads and bridges, and fully funded accessible services. Some of our schools suck. They don't need more money. Some of our schools do not need more money. They just need to use the money they already get better, and maybe don't pay the admin as much. And for everyone to pay their fair share, Cook-Allen, fuck you. The fair share thing, go fuck yourself, Cook-Allen said in a news release. Instead, this plan gives a tax break to the state's 8 billionaires and sticks each working family with a bill of about $500 more a year. That's speculation at this point. You don't know that for sure. The Torchlight poll found that more than 60% of voters said they would not vote to re-elect a lawmaker who supported the plan. Wonder who they polled and how decent the sample was there. Aune, in her final words to Republicans, said the tax plan will be a major campaign issue in House races. Voters are paying attention, she said, and you have my word that I will be spending the next 6.5 months making sure your constituents know just how enthusiastically you've supported making their lives more expensive. Well, there's that. See, it was balanced, though. You had one perspective and the other perspective, which I appreciate. That other site, the Missouri Budget Project, was definitely a left-leaning. Very left-leaning. So, they're in the Upper Columbians. Well. What are you guys trying to remove from dams? Snakehead? But yeah, there's a lot on that issue. I need to do more digging into it before I determine what exactly I want to, the way I want to vote in the primary and then in November. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do way more of a deep dive. I feel more informed on it now after going through it with you guys. But they're definitely I definitely need to do some more digging. Guys, get involved in your state and local elections. You definitely need to be aware of what's going on. If you're not informed, then you're going to be blindsided by stuff. So, the municipal elections, your school board stuff, that stuff affects you directly. So, let's go ahead and look at our next thing here. What do we got next? By the way, did you guys like my did you like my thumbnail, guys? Did you like my thumbnail? I worked really hard on it. I didn't. I entered like 2 prompts. But Grok Imagine gives me some good ones. We have the flock, maybe later. We have the flock safety. We have pregnant illegals in a van and a UFO. Yes. Yes, indeed. I like Grok. It's good stuff. King of Biltong is the man. I agree. Anton's good folks. You guys should watch his stuff and give him money. Right, that. Where are my bookmarks at? That's not what I wanted. To the bookmarks. Damn, Harry Joe coming in with another $5 Rumble rant. Bill, you have a lot of Washingtonians in this channel talking crap about our state. Good deal. Is it welcome? Crap being talked. That puts us at $5 away from Fancy Hat Goal on a Thursday evening. Thank you so much for another $5 Rumble rant, Harry Toe, you absolute Chad, you. It's not gold, but it's close enough. And I do love me some gold.
I love gold.
Yes, indeed. Lady Dozer's coming to bed. I need to put the wall up. Just a moment.
Lady Dozers.
Very. Might put something on for you guys. Ooh, UFOs. Let's watch this. Is this fake? Maybe. Maybe. But it's interesting. Okay? It's orbs outside of a plane. It might be real. Who knows? Pressing play now. God. You guys think? It's real? I have seen triangle formation orbs. It has happened. I'm gonna bet that's fake, though. I don't know. Maybe not. It might be real. Who knows? Who knows? I shouldn't judge. I really shouldn't. What's up, Squall? Good to see ya. Guys, follow Squall Rush. So jumping on Rumble. I'll turn you to study for taking one for the D. Heck yeah, Pulled McGroin. Glad you're here, man. Glad you're having a good time chatting with the Killdozers. Let's see. All right, Beatrice. There was no alien. The flash of light you saw in the sky was not a UFO. Swamp gas from a weather balloon trapped in a thermal packet and reflected from the light of Venus. That is a direct quote from Agent K from Men in Black, isn't it? Nice. Very nice. What do the triangle orbs mean? Well, it might mean you're going to get probed. Okay? That's just a possibility. I'm not saying it's definitive. Maybe aliens. Who knows? I'm kind of torn. The triangles are pointing for probing, Lady Dozer said. Yes. Yes. The intelligent plasma orbs is a thing. I do agree. The more that comes out, I'm wondering if the whole Airlines thing, somebody's going to have to address that at some point. Like, they still haven't found anything with that. Not the probing. Wait a second. Wait a second. A second. Since we're talking about probing, got this from Tiki Gyms at the Barefoot Landing in Myrtle Beach. It says, ask me about my butthole. For the person being abducted. Yes. Did I get that shirt? I did. It was like $20. And I'm okay with it. Okay? I'm okay with it. Do you guys know that our government exploded a nuclear weapon in the atmosphere? Actually, apparently, low Earth orbit. I didn't know it was low Earth orbit. I thought it was a little bit lower than that. Here's something fun. The largest nuclear bomb in outer space exploded 64 years ago today. Starfish Prime was a 1.4 megaton thermonuclear warhead detonated at the altitude of the space station that the space station now orbits. It created man-made radiation belts that wrecked many satellites and lasted 5+ years. A year after the test, the USA and USSR signed the Partial Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, leading to the global 1967 Outer Space Treaty. That's according to Wikipedia. Yes. That's a great shirt. Mm-hmm. Check this out. Big boom. A space boom. It's like a little sun. The sun is like a nuclear reactor. Well, it sure is pretty. Pretty deadly. Oh. Yes. Speaking of space and UFOs and stuff, guys, we have a topic. One more topic on this episode of the Dozer Den. UFO files. Christian pastors talking about possible alien interactions. Unidentified flying objects. And all kinds of good stuff. Let us check this out. I forgot this guy's name, but News Nation's been covering a lot of this stuff. So cool for them. Very cool for them. Pastor who had a UFO briefing, beware of false prophecies. So there was a story that we covered like a couple months ago that there were like a handful of religious leaders, pastors and stuff like that were told pretty much that, yeah, there's some stuff coming out soon, and prepare your flocks, essentially, not to be freaked. Let's listen to this.
A small group of pastors and Christian leaders were invited to a closed-door briefing on UFOs and warned that these long-anticipated files may fulfill a dark biblical prophecy. Joining me now is one of the pastors who attended that meeting, Pastor Joseph Z of Joseph Z Ministries. Pastor, great to see you. So tell us about what your biggest takeaway was from this briefing. It's fascinating.
I will be right back.
Well, first of all, Katie, it's great to be with you, and congratulations on 6 months of the new show. How
Thank
wonderful.
you so much. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's
so
been fun.
happy for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the briefing, we're a bunch of broadcasters as well. I broadcast live every single day, and we were at NRB, National Religious Broadcasters event in Nashville, Tennessee, and we were approached by military contractors, people that had worked in the military industry complex, and they're working with government officials. And they invited us to this special meeting. When they brought us in, they sat us down and they said, hey, please put your cell phones on silent, put them on airplane mode, and just set them down, please. Please don't record this. And they began to disclose a number of things to us. Now, Katie, a lot of it was not shocking to us, and I don't think it's something that would shake a true Christian's faith, because we know the greater truth. We know the Word of God. We were not shaken and falling apart by this. But the concern that they began to share with us was where this was headed, with the disclosure that would continue to happen, almost like in a drip, drip, drip manner, that eventually would just lead to ultimate disclosure, where maybe a non-human biologic begins to speak or make an announcement, and they begin to share wisdom from the universe. And I personally believe, like J.D. Vance, we're dealing with nefarious powers. One of the things they disclosed to us was 3 different things. They disclosed, number one, most of the things we're seeing in the sky right now is 90% high-level technology. Secondly, they said what is being marshaled towards us is what they call Project Bluebeam. Now, to the uninformed, uninitiated, that's a pretty wild conversation, but they began to talk to us about it. Now, we were informed of this already because of what we do, the broadcasting, all of it. And when we were into this space, they said that will be the second thing they would try to bring out, where they begin to...
So you're saying the story is fake? That the religious leaders were at a meeting? It was a random group telling him this. So it wasn't a governmental organization, apparently, but Burleson apparently was involved. So I remember that coming out, that it wasn't directly from the government, but apparently it was a little bit sketchy. I'll give you that. What's up, Metal Hell, or Meta Hell over there on pill.net? Thanks for the red pill and the repost. Appreciate you. Yeah, it was I don't know. Burleson was involved in this, though, so I don't know. It's interesting. I think that could be a disinformation campaign here.
Falsify an alien invasion or falsify a messianic appearance in the heavens, and using voice-to-skull technology, which exists, and they want to use that to bring the whole world under control. That's
So
one
what
big
would be
thing.
your advice to someone who's worried about this? And
I mean, he's right
may,
about that.
Have us.
The story may not be 100%, but he's right about that. They do want to do that. They want to use, Project Blue. Is it Bluebeam? Yep, Project Bluebeam. They want to use that to have everybody's religion see their Messiah show up and then be like, okay, it's a one world order now.
Second guess about the way the world works. I think I know your answer,
Yes.
but
Well, give your life to Jesus. Let's go. You need to know Jesus. But the bottom line is there are nefarious things. There are certain things that are happening. They said 10% of what we're seeing is real and unexplained.
Yeah, I didn't get a great explanation of who it was actually that talked to this group of pastors or religious leaders. That was I forgot who said, but someone said that they knew one of the individuals involved and said they were trustworthy. I don't know. I would like to see a little bit more information, a little bit more specific information come out on this.
And this is where people are having real encounters. They showed us photos, even on cell phones, of entities they'd personally taken photos of. They look like light beings. Now,
yeah, then and standing in the woods with long arms and legs and being translucent looking. I mean, that is
Wait, what?
Scary.
Yeah.
That
What are they talking about? She sounds like she's seen some stuff. I haven't seen those things. We've seen the guy, like the orb thing that around the console that we saw earlier. I mean, that's kind of similar, but
I agree. I think that looks like a demon.
Yeah, it could be, Katie. I mean, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, we didn't fall apart like a $2 suitcase or start shaking, but I'll tell you what, when we looked at that, it was very interesting to see, and it did indeed get my attention. We're in a world where you can falsify just about anything through digital augmentation or whatever. But when you look at it, there is something happening. And so I want to say this. This is important. The deception they were warning us about is because these guys were connected to the #1 UFO disclosure groups that speak right to the highest offices in the land. And they begin to share with us.
So it's these individuals that we're talking to them are connected to disclosure groups that are connected to people in power, people in office. 2 steps removed, kind of. I don't know.
Hey, it's coming, but here's the deception. The deception is the narrative will change from we're not alone in the universe to we have a message for you. And the message is going to be we have come to enlighten your consciousness. We have come to raise your consciousness. The Bible's close, but here's the full message. Jesus is close, but here's the complete message. And I'll tell you what, don't fall for it. And any real believer, any Christian that knows the word of
and that's the thing. There's a lot of people that are like, oh, this is going to shake people's faith, and it's going to make people lose their minds and stuff, and they're going to lose all hope and stuff. And I'm like, well, that's the way it works is, when you've accepted Christ, I mean, you have faith, and it's kind of hard to shake faith. If it's got a good foundation, it's kind of hard to shake that. So I think they're kind of misguided in their thought that everyone would just lose their damn minds. There's some people, yeah, for sure. But I think most people are going to be like, yeah, okay.
God thoroughly will not fall for this mess.
I think Jesus died for the aliens too.
But it is coming, and it'll be very convincing the more it comes along. And the things they showed
something
us.
strange happened to you on the way home. I mean, you're
Yes,
flying
ma'am.
home from the meeting, and there were, I guess, 6 unidentified objects appearing directly in front of your plane. What were you thinking about after you just had this briefing on this whole thing, and then this happens to you?
That stuff right there is what I see on a regular basis in Southeast Missouri. Don't know what they are, but see them quite often.
You on your way home?
Haven't seen them since I've been back from vacation, though. That makes me kind of sad.
Now, the video, this is the video that my son-in-law took right from the plane. We're looking at this, and I got to tell you, we're flying into Colorado Springs. These lights appeared, and they were with us for about 30 minutes outside the plane. Now, in the video, they look small, but we could really see them. And I just want to say, I've never seen something like that. I wasn't looking for this. I talk about these kind of things every day.
More common.
Talk about the Word of God. But I'll tell you, when we saw this, it got my attention, Katie. I thought, man, here I am, a biblically minded person looking at this, and I have thoughts that line up with the Word of God. But what happens when individuals see these kind of things? They don't have a biblical worldview, or they're not sure where they stand. And then they're told a narrative that they will believe because the leaders that we know are hearing a lie. This is what we're disclosed. They will believe the lie, and they will disclose it as if it is true. And when this begins to happen, I believe people could be shaken, not just in their faith,
nice
but
hair
they'll fall
juicer.
for a lie that tells a narrative that is not accurate. I want to say this to everybody. Jesus Christ is Lord. We got to really stand with him. We got to stand on the
Thanks for
word
the
of God,
comments,
renew our
Squash.
mind to it. And if one of these little green fellas shows up, they may come walking over, but they're going to go limping back in the name of Jesus.
Well, I'm going to say that those unidentified objects on your flight home maybe were angels. Happy,
Yes.
good angel.
Well, that's a nice perspective. And also, thank you, Marcus of Americas Project. Appreciate the repost. Awesome. That is some very free. That's a very free way to support the channel, guys. Reposting, liking, commenting, sharing.
It's not bad angels.
Katie,
All right,
we just need to
Pastor, we
ask,
gotta
what
run.
camp are you from? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, ma'am.
We got to run. Pastor Joseph Z., thank you for joining us tonight. Great to see you.
That was good stuff. Well, what is it doing? Stop. No. Well, that's not what I wanted. Away with you. Let's see if this has anything different. I mean, that's pretty much just don't fall for the false prophecy. That's pretty much what it is. So it's just a video. There we go. Yeah, that whole meeting thing is a little bit sketch, but it is interesting nonetheless. So, America, thank you for being here. Night all, have fun and profitable Friday. That is the goal. I do work tomorrow. I have an 8:30 meeting. I don't want an 8:30 meeting, but I have an 8:30 meeting. I don't want it. I would like to have just a nice chill Friday, which it'll be chill. It'll be good. Even if it's I have a screaming goat now. Got it from Barnes and Noble when I was out with Lady Dozer before we went on vacation, and yes, it is very good. Thank you so much for being here, though, America. Awesome to see ya, guys. We're $5 away from Fancy Hat Goal. Did you know that for a measly $5, you can make me put a silly hat on or a fancy hat? I have both. I have some more stuff to share with you guys before we head on out, though, because we're getting close to the end of the stream, but we're not there yet. I was about to say, oh, we're halfway there. We're more than halfway there. Let's see. We have a crow. We're gonna be doing some clip stuff, guys. The pastor stuff, I think, is a maybe a bit of a combination of things, and with the whole UFO stuff in general, you have to be very skeptical, but not so skeptical that you're just completely closed off. I think that there are some individuals that are usually pretty reliable that may be getting misled. And they may be getting fed information that may not be completely accurate, so that they are easier to discredit later down the road. I did buy a screaming goat. It's the button. It's the desktop one, not a real one. It's the one where you press it and it goes ah. Wait. I have a button for this. There we go. It goes like this. Literally that. It makes that noise. I press it after a particularly annoying or frustrating meeting. But here's a crow, guys. Yeah, it's one of the things you have to be really aware of is with this stuff, with this disclosure stuff, there's going to be some nefarious individuals trying to put out information that's not completely accurate to try to discredit others and muddy the waters. So be careful with that. It's still interesting, though, and definitely worth thinking about, in my opinion. Here's a crow getting water. I saw a raven. I saw a blackbird drinking pool water down at the beach, and I'm assuming that it was getting drunk off of the chlorinated water. Harry, I disagree. You go all in and dive into the UFO rabbit hole. I mean, you can dive in while still being, guarded. You can dive in with some protection. It's a Disney princess.
He bites your nose off.
Well, this is friendly. It's a good human. What if the crows figure out how to do that on their own? They're pretty smart. Corvids are actually like, I think they're a little bit less intelligent than dolphins, but they're some of the most intelligent creatures on the planet besides us, if you count us as intelligent. I don't know. Then there are smart birds. Yeah, I think they're right behind dolphins as far as intelligence is concerned. Maybe. I wonder where chimps rate on that, or bonobos. I think bonobos are more intelligent than chimpanzees. I read that somewhere once. At least I'm pretty sure I did. I could be talking out my ass. Who knows? Who knows? You guys want to see a robot do interesting things? This robot has hands. Very, very effective hands. This is from NEO. It's their 25 degrees of freedom tendon-driven hands, nearing or surpassing human level dexterity, strength, speed, and reliability. What things are those hands going to be used for? Degenerate things. Degenerate things. Thought you were going to rub some bacon on it? Maybe. Rub some bacon on it. Ding, 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 ding. Good song. Other stuff to the side. For 70 years, robotics worked around the hand problem. The humanoid bet is the reverse. It lives or dies at the fingertips. That's fucking impressive. It is turning it's twisting a light bulb without breaking it. This is good, but also concerning, but also could be really good. Shit. I didn't know the hammer was coming. I didn't know the hammer was coming. Let's go back here. It can gently caress spherical objects. Oh no. Oh no. That could actually be very, very helpful for people who need like a personal assistant because their fine motor skills are not effective enough to that they can do something as we would consider as simple as attaching a zipper at the bottom and zipping it up of a jacket or zipping it up and down. That's actually really cool. The applications for these things can be great, but they could also go in a very, very negative way. Finger curl. Ugh. Finger biceps. Guys, don't forget to hit the notification bell on Rumble. That'll help you know whenever I go live. If Rumble does its job, which sometimes it doesn't. And the CPU in that robot's core melts, maybe. How do we know this isn't just a person? Bad kitty. That's my papa. No. Why is it doing that? Stop. I'm not okay with that flex. That's a bad finger flex. Stop it. Oh shit, it can charge itself. Cool. I don't know how to feel about this. This concerns me. Oh, look at that. It's exactly what I was thinking. The day it can give a good old-fashioned humanity is cooked. I was literally just saying that while watching on the show. We're live X-posting, guys. Live X-posting. This is the content you're here for. Bam. Bam indeed. You can also have a Haitian person collect Medicare instead of a robot helping messed up people. Yes, we could have Haitians. We could have Somalis. We could have Indians coming in and just taking advantage of the system. Yeah. Or, I mean, some of them actually do help. You know, it's not all fraud. There certainly is a lot of fraud, though. It happens quite often. Oh my gosh, we're a little over 3 hours. The face is... It needs a nose. It needs a nose and a smile. Shit. All right. I thought I was done sharing the comments, but the comments are fire. That's the face of a robot that knows it's going to be jerking people off soon. 1,000-yard stare. The mouth doesn't need to be there because it would be looks of disgust. Okay. I didn't even make the finger the finger thing, guys. Interesting. One word: sand. Did you guys see the trailer for Dune Part 3? Now, why does it need to do this? Exactly. I don't understand why they were doing that. Why did that? I don't need that flexibility. Who does? New kink unlocked. Good God. Oh, no. Yeah, new. Sure. It's been in your mind the whole time. Robo-sexual. Guys, Futurama, I think already covered this. I do believe. All right. Let me see. I have anything else I wanted to share with you lovely individuals before we raid out to somebody? Let me see. Oh, not that. There's a man alive today. There's a man alive today that doesn't know he's the first guy to get his dick ripped. Unbeknownst to this random man, one day a robot will detach his penis from his body. Hair juicer. That is a wonderful comment. Wonderful. Thank you for that. All right. One more thing, guys. And then we'll dip on out of here and raid out to somebody. So these West Memphis brothers got arrested recently for a possum fighting ring. I was just in Tennessee. I could have gone and watched one of these possum fights. West Memphis brothers busted after police shut down an illegal possum fight club. And yes, people paid to watch. West Memphis, Arkansas. Wait, Memphis, Arkansas? I thought Memphis was Tennessee. Is there a Memphis, Arkansas? Oh well. We've officially found the only thing in Crittenden County capable of making Walmart look classy. West Memphis police say they thought they were responding to reports of suspicious screaming coming from an old storage building behind a vacant tire shop. Instead, officers walked into what can only be described as the SEC Championship of Bad Decisions. According to investigators, brothers Dwayne Scooter McClendon and Ricky Dale McClendon were some redneck ass names, were arrested Friday night after allegedly operating an underground possum fighting ring that had somehow become one of the hottest tickets in West Memphis. Admission was reportedly $5 or free if you brought a folding chair and promised not to call animal control. Deputies say the arena consisted of a circle made from empty pickle jars and busted beer cans, complete with a hand-painted banner reading Possum Palooza 2026, where champions play dead. The fight card reportedly featured legendary competitors, this has to be a fake story. Competitors including Sir Hiss-a-Lot, Mississippi Mike, Dumpster Debbie, whatever Ricky caught behind Popeyes 20 minutes ago. This has got to be fake. The investigation began after neighbors complained about hearing violent screeching, excessive cheering, and someone repeatedly yelling, "He's faking it!" Which, as it turns out, is exactly what possums do. I am also bothered that they're not spelling possum with an O in front of it. Even though the O is silent, the O is important. I'm not sure why, but I was always told it was. When officers entered the building, they discovered nearly 30 spectators, 4 coolers full of cheap beer, a folding table serving as the betting counter, and one possum proudly wearing a championship belt made from duct tape, a dog collar, and what appeared to be an expired Bass Pro Shops gift card. Yes. Rest well, Harry Toe. Police say the biggest problem with the operation wasn't the gambling. It was that the possums refused to cooperate. Apparently, every match ended about 12 seconds in when both contestants dramatically fell over and played dead. This is a satirical story. It's funny, though. Several angry bettors, and also spelling is horrendous here, reportedly demanded refunds, insisting they'd seen more action waiting in line at the DMV. When questioned, Scooter allegedly told officers, "We ain't breaking no laws. We're preserving Southern heritage." His brother, Ricky Dale, reportedly added, "Besides, they was volunteers." Authorities weren't convinced. Both brothers now face charges including animal cruelty, illegal gambling, and operating an unlicensed concession stand after officers discovered they'd been selling boiled peanuts and nachos out of what investigators described as a heavily modified leaf blower. As for the possums, wildlife officials safely released them into the woods where they're expected to make a full recovery just as soon as they finish pretending to be dead for the next 6 to 8 business days. Only in West Memphis, interesting username over there on Build. Only in West Memphis could somebody lose $50 betting on an animal whose entire fighting strategy is taking a nap. It's by Cliff Messer. What's up over there on Build? Poon Slayer. Thanks for the red pill and the repost. Thank you for saying goodnight over there on YouTube as well. What is up, Sanglant? Good to see you. Rumbles, your voting too often thing saved you. Almost hit the down thumb. Well, thanks for not hitting the thumbs down, Sanglant. And good to see you here at the tail end of the stream. You're only a little late and gay. Only a little late and gay. Yeah, I don't think that's a true story. Nope. I don't believe it, but it was funny. It sure was. All right, we're going to actually raid out here. It is 3+ hours into the stream. I have to be asleep at some point. Let's see. Let's raid over to do Singing Pretty. I haven't raided to Singing Pretty on Pilled.net in a while. Who are we going to raid here on Rumble? Couldn't find you in the list. Damn. Did you get a notification? Is the notification thing working? I hope it is. Singland, we're $5 away from Fancy Hat Goal on a Thursday. Hell yeah. Thank you for the support tonight, Harry Toe. And to, good lord, why? It's getting like a dangerous toy for subscribing to the channel. Hell freaking yeah. Hell freaking yeah. And thanks to everybody for being here. You guys are freaking awesome. Glad to be back in the Dozer Den household doing the streams. I did a few streams from my tripod and phone while on vacation, but it's nice to be back. Nice to be back. Oh, you don't do notifications, can't take the noise. Fair enough. Yeah, I do turn off the notifications during the day when I'm working because I get a lot of Rumble notifications because I'm following probably way too many people. I don't watch half of the people that I follow. Part of it is like I feel bad if I don't follow somebody who is a creator and they follow me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just nice. I try to check in on people's chats every now and then, so that's something. Who are we going to raid here on Rumble, guys? Who are we going to raid here on Rumble? Let me check on the reposts and the comments here on Rumble really quick. Let's see. Paul McGroin with a repost. Thank you very much for that. That is good support. I will be interacting with the reposts and the comments. Probably not tonight, but probably tomorrow in between meetings. Because I do appreciate you guys. That interaction does help. So thank you for that. We've talked about a lot tonight. Talked about the flock stuff. Bunch of flocking nonsense. Talked about the birth tourism going on from Texas. Talked a little bit about the Missouri income tax debate, Amendment 5. Going to be on the August 4th primary and then November 3rd election, general. A lot of nuance to that. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research and get some more perspectives from people on both sides of the issue so that I have a well-balanced and informed vote when I get to the ballot. That's what we should do. That's what I plan on doing. And then we talked about some UFO stuff. That pastor about the alien meeting that they had. Talking a little bit about just not falling prey to false prophecies, guys. Don't do that. You don't want to do that. It's been an interesting stream. And we did have that clip of the... looks like a freaking interdimensional being behind a console and an orb. That's what it looks like. It looks like some type of humanoid being with like a console in front of it, and it's just hanging out in this orb like time thingy. I don't know. I don't know what to make of that one. That one is perplexing as hell. Nobody said it's fake. Nobody's come out and debunked it. I don't know what to think of it, to be honest with you. Somebody's like, oh, it's just a street light in the middle. Like, no, that's not what street lights look like. They don't do that in the middle. Just saying. All right, let me see who we're going to rate on the Rumbers. Good rated Honest Paul. I haven't rated him in a minute. Oh, wait. Reagan Knight's live. I haven't rated him in a minute either. We got cancel this podcast. We're ready to cancel this podcast. Why? We're cancel this podcast. God, the guy says rape. No. Let me copy. We're going to play the Dozer Den theme song first before we hop on out of here, though, guys. I do a little dance. I don't make a little, but I do get down tonight. What's up, Drizzy Drake? Thank you so much. Did you got me tabbed? Ooh, tabbed. Tabaroo. Thanks for the support, Drizzy Drake. Appreciate you, bub. All right, let me get this initiated, and we're going to raid out to cancel this podcast. He's got 40-something people watching over there. Go check him out. Tell him the Dozer Den says hi. But we are going to do our theme song first, guys. They're talking some politician stuff. I might have to pop on his show at some point. It's an idea. We'll see. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the support. I do not deserve it, but I sure do appreciate it. You guys are freaking awesome. Let us rock.
Land of power, land of might, exceptional rage, endless fights, patriot bulldozer, leading the way, crushing all foes, making them pay. Flag in hand, fury in eyes, screams of pride, ignoring lies, iron grip,
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Dozer Den. Sam Duty, sorry to hop on out of here if you just popped on, but it is 3 hours and 20 minutes into the stream. I have work early in the morning, and so I do have to sleep at some point, even though it's probably going to be another hour before I finally settle down. But thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your support, guys. Y'all have a good one.